healers at? Come forward. Step to the podium, please. If you know they on y'all heads, okay? So the main thing that they're pushing for now, they're trying to get healers nerf across the board. And I'm just gonna say this in the most respectable way, just so you guys know. I know y'all got favorite content creators and stuff like that, so I'm gonna be respectful when I say this. I think a lot of you are suffering and is malnourished. Low IQ. I don't know what's going on. I think you know how people are missing vitamin D. I think a lot of y'all are missing the correct average IQ level, because now the content creators are wanting to push for healers to be nerfed, because they said Devil Dinosaur, a lot of brawl that's going on. When you're brawling, the healers aren't focused. Yeah, duh. So when the healers aren't focused, they see how strong the healers are. So they said the healers are the main issue. Okay. I feel like we're going in a loop. And I'm ready to stop the loop, because it's like the conversation window never closes. I'm pretty sure a random worker that's working at Walgreens right now is like, I heard this before. You can't nerf healing without nerfing DPS damage across the board. Now, when I show you guys this next part to where I'm talking, and I want you guys to understand where I'm coming from, it's out of straight disappointment. And I've said this before. I said this in the part 2. I've never seen rivals. I've never seen a community that hate casual players as much as this community hate casual players. And I'm gonna say this one time for the pro players and the people that feel a way about them. Speak nice, because I promise you, I'm way more ignorant. So coming from Overwatch doesn't mean nothing. It's coming from Overwatch is just a walk in the park. I'm telling you, you're nowhere as toxic as somebody from the FGC. I've said things that my prayer cannot cleanse me now. I'm going to let you know that right now. I've said things that God is still looking at me up to be like, oh no, Rio. And I'm like, come on, bro, that was only a couple times, sir. I'm telling you right now. So a lot of people like to be fake crash out demons till they run into somebody who's really about to lose everything. So I'm just letting you know, speak nice. So let's go ahead and jump into it. And I just want to let you guys know that I love y'all, man. I really appreciate y'all for everything that y'all do for me. It's a long listen, but it's a lot to go over, and it's a very passionate listen, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I never tell y'all to watch no video or nothing. And by the way, we finished season 1 on Patreon with Invincibles, and bro, my brain, I can't handle it. My brain is blown. The Patreon is going crazy. I never expected it to get this big. Shout out to all of you guys on YouTube. Whenever I stream over here, y'all show me so much love, and over there on Twitch. So I love y'all, man. So I just also, yesterday I posted the Adam Eve special. There's no way they don't continue that. It was too good. And then we're going to start Attack on Titan, since I've never seen that. So love y'all. Thank you guys, bro. We'll get into it, but hope y'all enjoy this one. And it's been a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, like with the rivals team, the pro players. The pro players got this crazy ego thing going on right now. And I'm not quite sure where it comes from, but I can tell you, for somebody that's not really been in the hero shooter space like that, it's insane, because fighting game players, like, you know, coming from the FGC, we kind of go through things, all right? We know a character is broken. We don't really beat down on casuals like that. In the fighting game community, if you come from there, it's all about, like, a lot of times, like, helping casuals. You know what I'm saying? Like, helping people understand frame data, because you want more casual in the game to let them play through and go up. You know what I'm saying? FGC, what is the FGC? FGC is the fighting game community, right? So people are a lot helpful in the fighting game community. And the thing that blows my mind here is what's going on here behind the scenes, and that's what makes it annoying, is because there's a lot of you didn't come from Overwatch, so you don't get what we're going. You not in the in crowd, so we not really rocking with people who are talking outside of the in crowd, right? So it's weird, because I've never been a part of a community like this that hates casual this much, like truly despise them niggas. it kind of blows my mind a little bit because I'll be looking at it and I'm trying to understand the streamers and I'm trying to understand like the pro players and the content creators to see where they're coming from on why they hate casual players so much. Because honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, y'all see me play the game every day or anytime that I stream. I could care less about casual. Y'all know my rule like Batman. You know how Batman don't shoot people with a gun? You know my rule. I don't argue with people who are low rank. It just don't make no sense for me to argue with you because you need more game time to get to certain ranks to get what I'm saying. So I don't argue. I only argue with people with my rank and higher. Y'all see me talk about that all the time. So to see people go out of their way to put down casuals, I just find it as corny behavior. You feel me? I find it to be corny behavior because it's like, what are they doing that's bothering? You know what I'm saying? And I've noticed something over here is there's a system. There's a system in the Rivals community. There's a system where certain streamers click up with certain pro players or certain streamers won't say something about certain pro players or to say the right thing because they don't want to fall out of favor with those people, right? Just like how people have special discords and different things going on. They have all of these things to where they click up. Very weird. Very, very weird. So to be just awkward with how they want to run the space. You know what I mean? Exactly. It feels very high schoolish. It feels very, very high schoolish. And the thing that makes it so crazy is I don't get why they can't come to a common ground to say, all right, we think this and this should be fixed about Devil Dinosaur. We get it. You know, we look forward to the patch notes when the patch notes come out for this to be addressed. Like that. These niggas are saying, nah, get it done, and this is what we want. And it's weird too because that's how you start losing favor with the rivals. You know? That's how you start losing favor. Because you start going from, let me give you my input, to now this is what we're gonna need. Losing players to Overwatch. That's weird. You know what I'm saying? That's where you start falling out with different development teams because they give you the option to be heard and put in. That's when they start ignoring you and start going into doing stuff without being able to give feedback, you know? And I just don't get where it comes from because here's the other thing too. A lot of these pro players wouldn't even feel this way. They wouldn't even feel this way if it didn't affect them. You see what I'm saying? Because for matchmaking, when matchmaking was going on and matchmaking was an issue, they didn't really care because most of them was queued up together. So the same struggles that me, you, and every solo queue person or every regular person is going through, they're not worried about it because they're not dealing with it. Most of them get on, they stream at the same time, they get off at the same time, they rotate out players. Hey, bro, you're done. Hey, can we get Steve to come through? And all of these people just start rotating. You know, so it's weird because it shows that there's no clear consensus of talking about what's important about the game unless it affects them. Very weird. Very, very weird unless it affects them. So I was looking into that and, you know, I had a couple pros not liking what I said in one of my shorts with when I said they said I smirk your peak and I said I smirk your content. And I said, bro, you can't get mad at that.
It's pretty upsetting when you can pay for a certain amount of download and the upload speed doesn't match that.
So what I like about Google Fiber is it's the symmetrical speeds. It's the up and the down. I love it. I love my Google Fiber.
Dude, Google Fiber is the best.
Applebee's all you can eat for just $15.99. That's $15.99 for all the double crunch shrimp, boneless wings, and riblets that you can eat. That's unlimited value for $15.99. Applebee's all you can eat for $15.99.
I just thought it was pretty low. Thought it was pretty low too for you to say you smirked my feet. Thought it was low. I thought we were just going low. I thought that's what it was about. Everybody was going low. No one cared because they didn't think that there was a comeback to smurfing your peak. You know what I'm saying? So I view it as interesting, and if I'm gonna be honest with y'all right now, if I'm gonna be just dead honest, I don't really like most of these people over here. If I'm gonna be honest, it's just something about how disingenuous like a lot of these people are. Like they really just use each other for content. I played with the rank one did this with rank one, ran into this streamer, made this streamer cry. Like it's just all the same thing over here. And I was looking at it and I was asking people, I was like, is this just how Overwatch was? Is this like how niggas was moving in Overwatch? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it's just weird behavior. It's corny. And I guess the community has always gone along with it, which is why they are the way that they are. So I looked at it and I was like, dang, bro, that's crazy, because there's no way y'all could come talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? There's just no way people could come talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much, G. Thank you. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy because none of it makes any sense. And a lot of the content creators are to blame too. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, nobody is a good person. I always say that everybody has a glass house. So you can't say this person's a bad person while trying to look like you're a good person. Every one of us is terrible. That's how I always look at things. But god dang, my nigga, you ain't gotta be that crazy with it. Just on a power trip. Like, I don't know if y'all noticed how much these niggas are clicked up in this community. It's crazy clicks. Crazy clicks. Nigga told me I'm gonna lose out on favor with other content creators. That only works if I did collabs. I don't do collabs. I don't do any collabs. Like, I find it to be hilarious. So a lot of the content creators, man, they're very strange with their behavior and kind of like how they go about things, especially like when it comes to tanks. Like, it's just a DPS mindset community. You know what I'm saying? Majority of them is just DPS on how you run things down. It's mainly DPS. That's all they really care about. You know, and each other look out for each other. So I didn't like it. I didn't even lie to you. I didn't like it. So I know they be talking, and I'm trying to be respectful. Really, I am. I don't try to be respectful all the time. I really am, because they try to act like they're crazy till they run into somebody that's remedial, which is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think people think because the words are passed around a lot that the hero shooter community is toxic. I consider this place to be extremely wholesome, right? Because they think it's toxic and the people over here are toxic until they go to like a game like Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm saying? Until they go to a FGC fighting game that lets you talk to people, then you really see what toxicity looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like, Xbox 360 Call of Duty was a regular day in MK. You feel me? So I'll be really looking at it and I'll be telling them, like, I don't get why y'all are so upset, bro. Like, let me tell you why they're even really upset with me, right? The main thing that got them angry is that I said pros should worry about patches and casuals should really talk about content. Why are people mad that I'm saying we should stay in our own lane and conduct things that we're best at? Because a pro player doesn't know what makes or how a casual is going to have fun. Most pro players don't even know about chrono shield. Niggas don't even know that's a thing in the game. They're so disconnected. They're so disconnected from the game that they don't even know that there's a chrono shield in the game. They don't understand why a casual person is having fun with this or that. It's not that I want it to stay broke or I want this to be broke. It's that I want it to be handled correctly without the pro player saying and dictating what is going to be done. Like, you don't get to run people's fun. Like, I'm not out here in these lower lobbies having a blast. No, but these niggas are getting on the game. See, this is the thing I understand, is because I worked an IRL job. Y'all know me, Epic. I worked 3 jobs at one time. One time I was working 3 jobs. Had to take off, boom, go through throw out a little content whenever I get time. I was throwing out stuff on my PS4 when I was uploading to YouTube and go right back to work, right back to work, right back to work. The problem with these content creators is that they don't understand that the average person, which is why I stand up so much and speak up for casuals, because they don't understand that the casual average person is coming from work trying to get some games in. The casual person is at work. If they find another person at work that games with them or play the same game as them, that they can yap about to be like, bro, when we get off, we're gonna get this going. They don't get that. They don't understand that experience. So that was my experience when I'm working 3 jobs and I gotta push through to say, yo, bro, I gotta get this done. Yo, bro, I can't wait to get home and get on the game. I only got a few hours. And then I used to push past a few hours to still wake up tired just to get some games in because it's fun. That's what they don't get. You know what I'm saying? That's what they don't get, because these niggas, their jobs is online. They're on this game 48 hours a day.
Guys, it is singer and songwriter Hanathan Hasi, and today I'm going to show you how I got my music on Spotify in under 5 minutes. I used to think uploading your music onto streaming platforms was this huge, complicated process. It's actually a really simple process. DistroKid makes it easy to get your music out on Spotify. All you got to do is go in there, upload your track, add the title, add the release date, and then bam, it gets uploaded, distributed, and that's what I love. It frees me up to focus on the creative side of things, like writing, recording, shooting videos, and rehearsing for my shows. Today, world, the power.
48 hours a day, trying to figure out everything that they can. The average person could be on the game long.
0, and this thing will ask me, can I push up? They in the fucking spawn box,
get on the game to play longer,
holding around.
Hopefully they got some PTO. So when the casual person or the average casual wants to have fun and they're loving something, you just don't take it from them quickly like that. If it's not game breaking, you see what I'm saying? If it's not game breaking, why are we trying to stop it by day 2 and 3? It's stupid. Just because you're putting an insane amount of hours on. It's no different than anything else that we've gotten in the game so far, and that's why I'm so against it. Because it's no different than what we've gotten. Elsa, that was a different beast within the same clothing, okay? Elsa was something that we've never gotten before. So their main pitch for the Rivals team is, well, we got an emergency patch for Elsa. Yeah, because that character was a different level. It's like everybody's watching Dragon Ball and Elsa was playing in Super, okay? Dragon Ball Super, she's going blue while we doing martial arts tournaments over here. There was something completely distraught with this character. So it needed to be fixed because it was too insane. It was too overpowered. So while we're trying to get in with the Rivals team and tell them what's going on, they're trying to push this narrative. So now we got the Rivals team feeling like we don't know which direction to come from. And I'm like, bro, like that's how people mess stuff up. That's how you mess up favorites. That's how you mess up giving feedback. Because you guys are trying to push something that is selfish. It's selfish. It's not something that is game breaking. It's selfish, dog. And they don't like that I'm saying that. Niggas gonna tell me I'm crazy for sticking up for casuals. What are we even talking about? When did we pick a side? Bro, they treat casuals over here like they do black people. I was like, God dang, this is what we got going on over here. They treat casuals like black people over here. I was like, God dang, bro. It is rough. I was like, okay. Well, casuals are just going to listen to what we tell them. Oh, it's a monarch. Oh, you guys are obsessed with power. It's a power trip. It's legit a power trip. That's what they got going on. I said to the Rivals team said to me, they said, Ria, do you truly feel like Devil Dinosaur deserve an emergency patch nerf? I said, no, sir, I don't think he does. I said, this is no different than everything else that we've gotten in the game. And it's way tamer than Elsa. I said, this is no different. I said, sir, if you want to go further and look at the character for when the next season starts, when you guys are doing your patch note, that make sure you do that after you've gotten the results in. Because now, if you was to do this early, if you nerf this character this early, you are going to not get the results, but you're going to hinder yourself because you're going to hurt the casual community, and it's going to backfire on you guys. And once it backfires, it's hard to repair. Once you hurt the casual community, it is hard to repair because people got games they can go to. But once you put a sour taste in their mouth, it's hard to get them back. It's hard. It's very difficult to get them back. So I said, cherish the casual community that you have, but we don't want anything to be game-breaking. We don't want anything to be game-breaking. And I said, it's very understanding. I get where they're coming from as pro players, but I don't see what's such a mandatory thing. They said, oh, it's because you're not in these lobbies. I said, if I'm in these lobbies or not, it is not that crazy. There's a ban system. At least advocate for double bans to be removed. If double bans were removed, that would solve so much more issues. Push for that rather than to get this character completely bullied out of the whole playstyle. When a lot of people are having fun with them. There's so many people that haven't played this game as much as they have until Devil Dinosaur. It's just something fun. It's just something cool. You feel powerful, but yet at the same time you get beamed down. Has a clear, direct counter. Saying that the character was like Elsa, I'm like, come on, bro, you don't have to lie. So while talking to the rivals team, it's just a lot of back and forth of people that can't see eye to eye. It's just a back and forth of people that can't see eye to eye. So I had to make a statement, and I said, look, there's nobody speaking up for the casual community. And don't you find that weird? That every single person has the same exact motives and the same exact agenda. Nobody is speaking up for the casual community. It's almost as if they don't care what funds them and isn't going to understand the gravity of their actions until you start losing casuals and the game is in a decline state. That's what's going to happen. I said I'm all for fairness, and I'm all for the community getting to the point of understanding like, yo, we need to make sure that things aren't broken in game. We need to make sure that we get good patch notes, but also we need to make sure that we have fun in this community. Casuals need to have fun. Some casuals don't need to be in the ranks that I'm in, and a lot of us are in. Sometimes it's just not fun. But I like beating my head against the wall. That's fun to me. That's not fun to a lot of people. You feel me? You know how much I would give right now to rewire my brain to not know the things that I know and go have fun in gold, silver and gold. The number one thing in this game, the best time any one of us has ever had, was when we first played the game. Everything was like, oh my God. Do you know how much I would pay to have that feeling every day? I was geeked out by seeing simple stuff. I was geeked out by seeing simple stuff. Simple stuff blew my mind. I was like, oh my God. Let me tell you something. I flew with Iron Man for the first time, and I said, oh my God, Rome, look at the flight. Look at the flight. The little kid in me was happy, smiling, my younger self. So when I hold on to those things, and I'll always keep my ear to the ground of casual players, and I say, nah, bro. You can't get rid of this for casual. And I told a lot of the people in there, streamers too, I said, it's weird how y'all don't speak up for casual players.
He's here to fight for a title for McLaren. It will be his first victory in Papaya. Christian Lundgaard with another wonderful drive. His first win for McLaren. And it comes in Indianapolis.
Proud everyone. Thanks, guys.
But look at the time will come. Ray will come in total third. Christian Lundgaard, finally, for McLaren.
The story of the season for Will Power's transition from Team Penske to Andretti has been struggles on the road to street circuit.
Yeah, he pissed off.
fucking bits off. No matter what the fuck I do this year, it goes fucking wrong. No matter what, no matter fucking what.
Willpower. Somebody who has achieved so much in this sport.
Joins some very famous names as a two-time NTT IndyCar Series.
How many mirrors did that guy smash over the offseason? But in that bad luck, he had no luck at all.
Straight into the wall for Will Power, a big one.
Rough start to the year, for sure.
Get a new opportunity at Andretti to reinvent yourself, get that spark back.
Returns to victory lane and puts Penske back on the top 10.
It doesn't come off, but it's full power. He's never going to be smooth sailing.
Sometimes it can go this way or that way. Every time it's going that way right now. Just what is it?
You said some big names were small and they don't come much bigger around this track than Will Power.
How much work you put into this business? You just keep getting sharp. It's really frustrating.
They've got everything they need at this team to be champions. Except luck.
What's going on? I like to sit up. That takes in the hot God out loud.
That would be equivalent of a tree house.
Normally describe willpower.
I'm a things person. I like to accumulate junk.
Or a clothes person.
He's just a quirky personality. We're doing some filming for Fox, and the trucks took off. I grabbed my clothes, I left my pants, my wallet, my key to the car, so I just had my footwear. And the people who were doing wardrobes like, well, we've got a pair of these. So I was like, okay, perfect fit, and free pants and stuff.
He's funny. I really like him as a person, as a driver.
I have yet to see where we are going to be living.
Well, I spent the whole morning cleaning up.
What about the toilets?
Well, there's one person, like, I mean, there's like 3-4 toilets in them.
But I was told that you've used every bathroom.
I have used every bottle. Had to try them all out.
Oh, God.
Family man, the dads, but once the helmet's on, it's a different animal.
Rain is coming to Speedway Indiana. Grey skies overhead. The threat of rain has been looming all day. I tell you what, folks, it's on its way.
If you were to try to convince me at the end of last season that Will Power would be in an Andretti Global suit or anything other.
Time to switch things up.
One of them said to me, well, we don't play with casual. We don't look at casual content. Yeah, but you're a content creator. Who do you think watches your content? Talk to me. Who do you think watch your content, gang? Do you think it's the top 1%? You think the 1% is watching your content? You think the people in those lobbies with you took the time out of their day to stop you to go watch your upload? You think so? I didn't. I wouldn't. You think so? You think they stopped what they're doing to go watch your content? So you don't know nothing about casuals, or you don't do anything for casuals, but all of your content is for casuals. Crazy. Crazy. It's crazy to me that you don't understand anything about casuals. You're not around casuals. You don't do anything for casuals, but your content is all for casuals. Who do you think you're impressing? The other 0.1%? You think you did a play with Strange, you got a 3-piece, and the other 0.1% is going, oh my God, bro, you cooked. Or do you think the casual player is going, wow, great job, man. I want to be able to do that with my Strange. I'm working on them right now. I've been practicing with AIs, taking them into quick play, and I'm trying to get the jump down just to get everything to go through. Hopefully I can get to your level. Y'all are trash. It's trash to make content and look down at the people that you're making content for. They're cowards. They're cowards. It's a lot of people that look up to just the simple things that we do every day. It's just the game. Do you know how much just the game has taken people far? People love you over a video game. People love you for the conversations. People love you for the interactions. A lot of the things that we do. It's just like when people got pottery classes, planting stuff outside. The grandma's got a little green thumb. They love the hobbies that they have. And people love you for being into the hobbies that they're also into. They can learn from you. It's just like how I was just frustrated in the meeting. I said, like how when people come to people's streams and a lot of y'all get irritated for them to ask questions. Why did you be a streamer in the first place when you irritated that they asking you questions? This community is trash to me, bro. Creators and all. Pros and all. Not all of them, but it's a lot of them.
90% of top pro and college teams used to hydrate. I bet it wasn't the brand you were just thinking. It's Drip Drop. Why? Because Drip Drop's precise formula has a built-in hydration shortcut. It unlocks your body's sodium glucose co-transport system for fast hydration directly into your cells. Trust me, Drip Drop is used by the best. So if you're someone who takes their performance seriously, give it a try and see the results for yourself.
Costco is known for a lot of things, like this 2-pack X-Shot Motor Soaker for just $25.99. This is the best water blaster I've used in a long time. It simply comes with two. You only have one thing left to do. You're going to pop this 2 AA batteries, find a friend, and get to battle. A lot of them are, and I've noticed that most of them is just to talk down on others. All the time. Most of them don't like each other. It's very hateful. Now, hot calling the kettle black. Rio, you always crashing out on people. Now I'll do it again. I'll do it after this. I only crash out on idiots. Give me mouth back. If I say, bro, that's not working, you shut your mouth. All right, well, here we go. Here we go. Because I didn't give you all. I didn't give you all that. I told you I'm like Batman. I don't use a gun. But we fight, we swap. It blows my mind.
At this point, be the community manager for the game.
No, man, seriously. That's why the rivals team look at people the way that they do. Because you can't keep getting away with things like that. You can't keep getting away with wanting your community to be better. I tell y'all every single day, I'm not perfect. Shoot, I got major issues. Trauma. Still working on it. Crash out demon. Hello. But I understand when, if y'all watch me every day on stream, one thing I do, somebody is a lower rank than me and they ask a question, no matter how dumb the question is. And they be like, hey, Rio, I'm so sorry for asking this stupid question. Be like, bro, that question's not dumb because you genuinely didn't know. You genuinely didn't know. There's people that's scared to ask questions because they're afraid that they're gonna get cooked. It throws me off. A lot of it throws me off, bruh. A lot of these content creators throw me off. So the fact that me and a lot of them are at odds because we don't see eye to eye in the direction that I've taken, which is the wrong side to stand up for casual. Nigga, I am not the mayor of Townsville for casual. I am the mayor of stop doing stupid stuff. This don't make no sense. I only talk about not doing stupid stuff. If casuals are a victim of something stupid, I'ma speak up. It just needs to make sense. And I don't know why we are against a balanced system. I don't know why we're against a balanced system. That's one thing that really ticked me off, and I did not like that. I did not like that. I did not like that, bro. You know how crazy that is for somebody with a loose neck white tee t-shirt to tell me you chose the wrong side. Fix your collar first. Fix your collar. You're taking this game stuff way too far. Let me tell you this. The reason why a lot of these content creators can't grow is because they're trying to impress their peers. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to impress their peers rather than make content. A lot of them don't know how to make content because they're trying to impress their peers. Crazy. A lot of them are mad at me for growing as fast as I am because we just got 40,000 subs in less than 1 year of uploading. I didn't start Rivals when everybody else did. They started uploading from the beta. Rivals came out in December of 2024. I started uploading in end of June, July of 2025. But they're mad at me. And I'm like, bro, you gotta understand, y'all are not even making content for people. Most of you have no personality. None. People just come to your stream, see a hand cam, and keep moving. I'm thinking you doing sign language. I don't know how you talking to me. It's a very strange community, and I didn't know it was gonna take me. See, getting in a match with a thrower and a thrower making me mad is something different, right? Me crashing out in game, that's something different. But seeing content creators truly hate casuals, that bothered my spirit. That really did bother me. It did, because I love making content. Content is fun to me. People may not always agree with the things that I'm saying. That's fine. Give people the right to choose. Right? Everybody tries their best to say the right thing. You don't need to say the right thing. You need to make mistakes and you need to grow. But I enjoy what I do. That's why I do it. I don't get paid on my YouTube channel, and I still upload consistently. Why? Chat, why? Even my mods tell me, why are you even uploading when you don't make money? I show y'all everything. And it's so crazy to me that I have so much fun doing it, and I see these people that just want to get big, that just want to be a face. That's why when the Rivals team asked me, hey Rio, you want to do the day one access, post you on Twitter, say, nah, I'm chilling, because I want to be myself. I want to be myself. Can you explain what content is? Content needs to be relatable. Content needs to be something that every content is different for each people. Each person, each individual is going to view their content to be different. So what I say is not content could be somebody else's content. You see what I'm saying? But there's an overall content, and majority of people is not looking for a montage. Majority of people are not looking for montages. I don't know when we got stuck in 2013, but we're still doing AMV videos, and I'm not quite sure. Most of these content creators do not know how to speak. They can't have a dialogue. They can't have any dialect. They can't speak long with you. They get winded quick. And this is your job, to speak and communicate with people. It's very interesting. We got 10,000 subs in 1 month. 10,000 to just hit 40K. 10,000 subs in 1 month. All because I'm choosing to be myself, though. It's very important, and I find it so annoying in here when they try to make it seem like, oh, you can't be a part of this because you've already sided with casuals. Bro, like, get out of my face, Ethan. Get out of my face, man. Like, I don't understand what's going on with these dudes, bro. Sweaty palms ass niggas. Ripping a mess out of that mouse. You know what I'm saying? The most I've seen these niggas do is this when they release the mouse. That's the most conversation I've seen some of these niggas do in the stream. It's so interesting. It really bothered me. It really bothered me. Because to see the Rivals team at such a crossroad with getting information it was weird to see, because they wanted genuine feedback, but they were getting people with personal objectives. You see what I'm saying? They were getting people with personal objectives. That bothered my spirit. That did. That's why I had to speak up. So, oh, chat. God dang, that was a lot. Sorry about that. That was long. That was long. I had to get that out. That was a lot. That was a lot. That was a lot, man. Fudge. Dang it, bro. The yap was needed. I should have recorded that. Dang it. I should have recorded that. Fudge. Alright, well. I thought you were recording? No, I was just kind of annoyed. I gotta go back in the VOD or something and get it. I didn't record. Y'all, I could have just had the music on and everything. It was just a vent. Like, I was just venting. Like, you know what I mean? I'll go back and get it, though. I'll go back and get it in the VOD, bro. 100K views off Fudge. Alright. But it's why they say they hate Season 8, you know? So. You were barely cussing? Yeah, I was just bothered. I was just really talking. Like, I was bothered, but I wasn't mad. I think that's just what it was. It was just a vent session. Like, I wasn't mad. Like, that other rant, oh, I was mad. Got a bit of toilet paper.
Release your creative potential with SketchUp AI. Create renderings and stunning visuals with speed and efficiency, empowering you to bring your visions to life and communicate impactful design intent. Newly released AI assistant capabilities help you quickly create 3D objects from text or images and let you master SketchUp with in-app AI guidance. Visit the SketchUp site and get started.
Go ahead and click off the video. I appreciate you, though. Love you. A lot of y'all are saying that it's not fun to play neutral. What do you mean it's not fun to play neutral? You just don't want to play neutral because you don't know how to do it. You didn't practice it. You've been playing incorrectly with bad habits, leveling up, going up and...
Recently, I was perusing through Twitter, and I've been seeing a lot of Caleb Hammer, mostly because of the sandwich debate. Sandwich debate is pretty simple to understand. A lot of people say, oh, it costs so much to eat out, and Caleb Hammer simply replies with, pack a sandwich. Now, this is very popular because a lot of billionaires think that, you know, Gen Z spends all their money on coffee, buying $5 coffees a day, and you're ruining your life by buying fast food. You need to actually pack up the time. Just figure out how to make a sandwich. This goes to the meal prepper argument. Just meal prep. You actually buy a loaf of bread, then buy some wheat, then buy some wheat.
I'm sorry, man. I said I'm sorry, man. You know, because I'll be eating henny penny bread, but I don't want to go sell no ass to get the flour and shit. Henny penny be out selling ass and titties and shit. Come home tired, covered with cum. And everybody else thinks she disgusting. And then when she clean up and make that bread, they want to eat though. Niggas don't want to come suck no dick though. So I don't know. You gotta figure out some gay society shit I'm willing to do, I guess, because the shit that I'm doing must not be good enough. Even though I tried to show you my TikTok earlier, I don't know what you need to get monetized, but I get like 5 new subscribers every day on the channel. And then I was going, you seen the videos I've been making with the music? They kinda cool. I was gonna delete all the videos off the TikTok and change the title, but it still be monetized and then just start uploading the NSM videos, you know what I'm saying? And I was just gonna try to get a t-shirt machine, sell t-shirts whenever I get a cool little idea or a little motto or slogan or something. Put it on the t-shirt, some little black power shit niggas might buy just to piss white people off. And then I was just gonna keep trying to grow with shit that I'm comfortable doing that's not too capitalistic and evil or slavery or make me bow down and bend over and get fucked by a white man too much.
You know, you could buy Trump cards online or something.
You said Trump.
Trump. Pokemon cards. And you can see what's inside, like, you never do that.
You know I did. You know I explained it to you with the fucking One Piece card. And the nigga bought all the packs, so he can get everything that's in it.
We're not talking about eBay.
What are you talking about? Sell it where? Where do you want me to sell it at?
I'm saying this, like, I could buy this for $1, and I could probably see what's inside. And if I want to, I could get a nice PSA 9 or 10 or whatever I pulled. And guess what?
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
And I get $19 to $20.
You still ain't learned where you at. You don't know where you at. You think it's places you could just go find money on the internet for me? I'm serious. It's just open websites like that you could just send a link to your mom and say, buy this and make money. Everybody could just be making money. Yeah, but when you open it, they gonna give you a card that's not worth nothing. And they gonna take forever if you do get a decent card to send it to where you just sell it back to them. They probably don't even got the money. They just sell it back to you, and then you keep opening more packs until you don't get nothing. Like, bro, that should be a scam, Shanice.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
With our regular pants.
It's like
Take off the good shit.
the house never loses, Shanice. You have to be the house. You don't go to a casino. You start a casino. Oh shit, am I playing the game? See, Shanice? Damn, you woman.
It's like 13 something every 2 weeks.
So, do you have sugar daddies?
No, I want one. She hands out her number like she's Oprah.
That's one of the better clips. I find those to be wildly entertaining. As a matter of fact, I think I spent the whole day just kind of watching Caleb Hammer clips because they are wildly entertaining to watch. It's just fun to watch the clips, the editing, the style. It does something in my little monkey brain. But then he'll do something like this.
What's your rent? You rent?
Yes.
What's your rent?
$24.95. Oh,
Are you the only one there?
I'm the only one there. Look at
Your rent's so expensive. For
Yeah.
someone that lives
Austin,
alone.
freaking Texas.
No.
Yeah.
There's rent for $900 in Austin, Texas. You're not going to live in a thrilling place. Why is your rent
Because
$2,400?
I also have a grand piano, and a grand piano does not live in a studio apartment.
Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
That was a gift my dad gave my mom on their wedding.
You gonna be in her place?
No, she lives in a ranch with my brother.
Okay, get a storage unit.
No, I play it, she plays it.
Play it in the storage unit. How much do you sell for?
15 grand.
Person obviously is stupid. I don't think that person's smart at all. They don't have any financial literacy in any capacity. And a lot of his clips, if I go through and find off clips, they're basically that. A lot of his clips are basically him finding somebody that is very not educated, not sophisticated, and deeply just picking them apart and telling them, hey, this is how you fix your life, this is how you fix it. And Caleb Hammer, from what I've seen, gives very, very good advice, albeit harshly, very harsh, but he has no sympathy for idiots. It's basically how he operates. That's basically my initial thoughts of Caleb Hammer as a whole.
What do you do for a living, Violet?
I had to pick up a full-time job as a stripper to be able to pay for my school.
What?
I was one of the highest earning strippers that were there.
Hey, you're relatively attractive, so I think it makes sense.
Well, we own a condo and we have a baby.
You have a child?
Yes.
Oh, but then you immediately started an OF.
Yes.
Sake, here we go.
I had to.
Had to. What does this had to?
Management required it. When I was a stripper, management required it as part of my advertisement.
That's interesting. Okay. You deleted it.
I haven't deleted it. No.
You haven't deleted it?
I still get not a lot of money, but
What's your debt? How much debt do you got, like?
$550,000 range.
Wow, yeah, $557,000. So why do you have so much debt?
I was actually homeless for a while.
Why were you homeless?
I did a semester of college, realized I didn't like it. The military offered me a nuclear engineering contract where
It's funny.
yeah, and a $100,000 bonus. My mom talked me out of that because she wanted me to go to school. Yeah.
Agents, yes.
So I tried the college thing. Didn't work out so well. Lost scholarships. Ended up in a lot of debt. Then Hurricane Harvey happened back in 2017. Lost my car. Lost the place I was staying at.
Now, well, a lot of the Hurricane Harvey people, didn't they get like free hotels and stuff like that? Like they flooded off from
to me.
To his credit, literally everything I've seen of his clips are wildly entertaining. I love watching drama. It's the thing I enjoy watching. As a matter of fact, I may have made a few fans by making this video just in general. But I'm going to explain my gripes with Caleb Hammer, and they're not even that big of gripes, but it is something that I've noticed, and it agitates me ever so slightly. So here goes my unsolicited opinion about Caleb Hammer. The reason I'm making this video, by the way, is because somebody yesterday asked me how I felt about Caleb Hammer, and I told them specifically that I'd make a video. So if you want to join my live streams and ask questions, you might get a whole video out of it. So that's the inspiration for this video specifically. So here we go. I think when it comes to internet content creation, you need a certain level of manipulation when you create content. That is how it has to be. Even this title, which I don't know what the title is going to be yet, even the thumbnail, is probably going to be something inflammatory to get people to click on it. That's how we have to operate as content creators, to get you to listen to the content we make. And it's a specific kind of content that makes me specifically uncomfortable in a way that I don't like to immediately dismiss. So the content Caleb Hammer makes is not wrong, it's not fake. It contains real information, real stakes, real consequences, but the framing of everything he does always feels wrong. It's either be the camera angles, the thumbnails, the way the audience is positioned as the judge, jury, and executioner to make people feel better. Caleb Hammer's content sits right in that uncomfortable space. Caleb Hammer knows money. He understands debt cycles, investment traps, bad financial decisions. His knowledge is very real. The people on his show are real. The problems are real. All the problems, the way the audience is trained to watch them is where I think the rot starts to start. And whenever I see the comment section of a Caleb Hammer video, it's people actively insulting the person and saying, see, this person is lazy, they didn't tie their bootstraps, they didn't do everything correctly and perfectly in their entire life. I actively eat only rice cakes every single day. I drink protein drinks that are from the trash behind a bakery, and that's how I've lived, and that's how I got my 401k started. That's what it is. The algorithm overall loves humiliation. It always has. Humiliation overall, whether you see this TikTok LOL Cal gets insulted, Boogie2988, whatever you're saying, they love humiliation because it gets clicks. Makes viewers feel better about their own lives without requiring them to actually improve anything. You watch someone make a terrible decision and you feel superior. You close the tab and you move on with your day. That's Caleb Hammer's content. The feeling lasts just long enough to get to the next video. Caleb's show is structured around that feeling. The judging and all that stuff, the editing highlights every flinch, every excuse, every moment of visible shame. The information is there, buried underneath, but the information is not why people stay. People stay for the train wreck. Train wreck is the product. The education is, for some reason, I think, an alibi for Caleb when he makes the video. The problem is what this does to the audience's perception of poverty over time. Watch enough episodes of this and you start to believe that every struggling person is financing a muscle car at 20% interest while ordering DoorDash 5 times a week and buying collectible figurines instead of paying rent. What can we adjust in your budget to save things? And I want to point this out, right? The person I just described exists. That person is my cousin. And I just want to point that out. Financial self-destruction is a very real thing that happens to a lot of people. But the show selects the most extreme examples because extreme examples generate the most outrage. And the outrage generates the most engagement. No one ever talks about the single mother working 2 jobs, skipping meals, rationing insulin, never buying anything unnecessary, and still drowning because the cost of living has detached from reality. He's very anti-sex work as well in all the things that he does. Oh, you're starting at disgusting. Think about the moral implications. If you have a lot of money, you rarely ever did it for I promise you, you haven't. Like, ever so rarely, there are a few one-off cases, but most people that have a disgusting amount of wealth or a large amount of money don't do it moralistically. Caleb, if you've ever seen this video, you're not making money moralistically, you're exploiting people through their extremism. That's what you're doing. I'm happy for your crew. I think you spend about $300,000 a month on your entire crew. You have a very big podcast. You're outstanding. I think that's fantastic. However, you're not doing this moralistically. So debating morals is not logically consistent when it comes to OM models, strippers, and things of that variety. You doing that is defeatist in itself. I think people should do whatever it takes, essentially, to make money. Donate plasma if you have to. I think you should sell cans if you have to. Download ShipSmart. If you have a car, use Instacart or DoorDash. Do everything in your power to live, because living is extremely difficult with the minimum wage. The federal minimum wage in America is less than $10. I believe it's like $7.25 or some crazy number like that. It sucks hot piss. And people are barely making living wages in a lot of places that they live. People are still drowning because the cost of living has detached from reality. That's the reality of the situation. I don't know if you know the cost of living in a lot of stuff. I know you grasp rent, things of that variety, but you're not grasping the little minutia parts that go into everything. You can logically say, okay, so your rent is $900, your car is $200 a month, so you're paying $1,100 a month. That's pretty cool. So what else do you have? You have internet and phone bill, and what is that, like $1,400? Okay. And then you gotta buy groceries, and groceries are what, $400 a month? All right, fine, you're at $1,800. You just need $2,000 a month. You can take $200 a month, but you didn't account for every other expense. What about gas? Oh, didn't count for gas, did you? Because gas is increasing every single day. Well, when you don't buy fast food at all, and you make all the meals, you meal prep and all this stuff, oh, we didn't count electricity. We didn't count that you might pay a gas bill. Oh, we didn't count the water bill. Okay, so you just need to make about $3,000 a month, and you wouldn't even be able to get to place if you don't make 3 times rent. Oh, you can't find a job that makes 3 times rent. Well, go to school. Well, you can't get to school because they rejected you. You're rejecting your schooling. Oh, the school costs too much. Well, join the Army. The Army actively ruins your body, and they don't value veterans, and you hurt yourself in the Army. Well, that's your fault. You should have joined the Army. You have to factor in all these things because it's really important. The audience conditioning, right, becomes brutal over time when it comes to that. People internalize the idea of poverty is a primary character flaw. And Caleb Hamler, you are a big proponent of that. You said it yourself. You are the 3rd biggest podcast in the world. That is a monumental achievement. I'm proud of you for that. You're amazing. My vote of confidence doesn't mean anything for you, but I think it's amazing that you did that. It's outstanding that you did that. But that means you have a great responsibility to a lot of people instead of just outraging people. You tell people that, oh, it's a failure of discipline. It's a moral defect. They started OnlyFans. You don't have any discipline because you can't make sandwiches. You have structural problems. And it's all this stuff. Every structural problem disappears behind personality judgment. Rent inflation, medical debt, wage stagnation, the cost of childcare, the absence of generational wealth, the luck of being born to a right family with the right time with the right connection. All that gets flattened into maybe stop buying coffee. A caramel macchiato is not the difference between poverty and prosperity. Are you insane? The system is not fair, and anyone who is struggling is not broken, and is not broken the rules somewhere. I think people want to believe that everything's fair. Same reason why a lot of people think that they can become millionaires or billionaires. Caleb, I know you're smart enough to know how engagement works. I don't think you accidentally built a show that thrives on conflict. You didn't accidentally do that. You built it that way because conflict works. Rage disguised education is one of the most powerful content formulas on the internet. People love watching someone else fail publicly because it creates distance from their own fear. At least I'm not that bad. That woman in that grand piano was crazy. That feeling is addictive, and the audience becomes addicted to this feeling of becoming morally superior over a bunch of people in this growth. It becomes financial reaction, right? The financial reaction content gets more than financial education. Because you're not educating people financially, you're dunking on people. It just becomes characters in a morality play. The audience gets to feel more responsible, more mature, more disciplined, and intelligent by comparison. Shame becomes entertainment with budgeting tips attached. That's all it is. That's all you're doing, all right? What you're doing to me is attaching vegetables to fireworks. That's what it feels like you're doing. Because the vegetables are healthy, but the fireworks are the point. People stay for the fireworks. Nobody cares about the healthy vegetables. I don't think, and this is the worst part, right? I don't think you're pretending to be a saint. I don't think you've ever actively stated, hey, I'm a nice guy. No, I don't think you said that. I think you've actively built a platform on rage and insight overall. I think you probably believe that you are helping people. Some guests probably needed someone harsh enough to break through years of denial. Direct confrontation has its place, but intent does not erase framing, right? Framing shapes public perception more than facts do. If the overwhelming emotional takeaway from the content becomes more people are stupid and self-inflicted, then the educational side gets consumed by the spectacle side, right? And I want to tell you a personal story, if I could, for a moment. I had $260,000 at 18 years old. The reason I had $260,000 at 18 years old was because as soon as I was 18, I got kicked out of my mom's house, came home, I had just beaten leukemia, it became homeless. Life was tough. It sucked balls. Hate every single second of it. I had $260,000. So much money. Oh my God. So much money, it was gross. It was disgusting to see that amount of money. I wasted all of it. I'm stupid. I'm an idiot. I'm the person you can make fun of and clip down and make fun of. I was a very extreme example of somebody doing something stupid. I wasted all my money. I gave it to my friends. I gave it to every waiter, waitress. Didn't really matter. I went right to Vegas. I didn't gamble. I didn't buy any drugs. Never did a drug in my life. Never drank in my life. But I did give the money out to random people who were struggling in totality because I wanted to help people. I thought I had the money. I thought the money was infinite. I would spend $2,000 and not even see a dent in it. But when you're used to spending $1,000 a day, it goes really, 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 really fast because I wasn't financially literate. I just kept wasting money. Thankfully, I have no debt, never bought a credit card in my entire life. I never considered that. But still, that is what people do. And there are people that go through that moment where they have a bunch of money and don't know what to do with it. They don't have the financial literacy. What do they say? They're not wealth thinking, right? I believe that's the entirety of what it is. That's how people are. And poor people are not always stupid and self-inflicted, right? They need education. You are not doing anything educational. You're just dunking on people with extreme cases. The educated side gets consumed by the spectacle side, and spectacle always eats online first. You are a genius in the worst way possible. I think you're a genius the same way Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Donald Trump are geniuses. I think they're all geniuses in the way they manipulate people. I think they're all incredibly smart when it comes to propaganda and manipulation, content farming. I think you are a perfect content creator. That's what I think you are. The algorithm is a starving animal. Humiliation feeds it endlessly. Education is just a side dish for the main course of shame all the time. The audience behavior around the content becomes deeply unsettling. People start seeing financial mistakes like these big personality crimes. It's disgusting. And it's all these people personally ridiculing them. I would never make this mistake. I would just sell the piano. I would just do this. I would just do that. I wish I was in this situation. If I had this much money, I wouldn't have this happen to me at all. People could just tag and say, I spent 2 years eating gruel every single day. That's not realistic, right? The comment section talk about struggling guests like they are insects instead of traumatized human beings. People who grew up in terrible environments with no education, no guidance, addiction issues, mental health problems, abusive families, predatory lending systems. Financial literacy is massively tied to upbringing, stability, stress levels, and access to security. A brain trapped in survival mode does not think in spreadsheets, think in panic. Panic does not optimize for long-term interest rates. Panic optimizes for getting through the next hour of work or whatever it is you're getting through. People just want to get through. That's how people are, what it is. Some of the harshest views are barely doing on themselves. I hate that too, because one of my friends, the reason I even know about Caleb Hammer, the reason I know about Caleb in general, is because one of my friends was watching a lot of the clips, and my friend was borrowing my shoes because they had no shoes, period. They said, I'll pay you back for the shoes. I said, you don't have to pay me back for shoes. I don't like getting my friends with all their money. And they said, no. This is the thing about my morality. I have to do this. So what they were doing the entire time, they were literally just, and it's killing me. And watching all your clips, watching all the clips of your show, Caleb, they were just commenting and saying, this person's an idiot. You gotta struggle a little bit to get far enough. That's what you gotta do. My friend had a heart attack because they had been eating like garbage and trash because of the processed meats they were eating because they had no vegetables in the diet. Now, vegetables cost a fair amount of change, but they are significantly cheaper than bread and meat. And you know what's crazy? Bread costs, I think right now in Detroit, bread is about $5, $5.29 a loaf. Then I get some meat with it, that's about $2.19. So I get some meat, maybe some turkey ham. If I just ate sandwiches, for processed meat, I could probably make about 10 sandwiches. I would eat about 3 sandwiches a day. You think a sandwich is going to change everything, but there's other things you got to eat during a day. You need sustenance, you need food, you need water. If you just ate sandwich water, that wouldn't get through everything. If you just limited your diet like crazy, you'd still not live. That's what it is. It's disgusting to see that. Every single person I know is terrified of becoming the person in the chair with Caleb. One layoff, one surgery, one accident, one divorce, one addiction notice, one broken transmission, one sick child, one mental collapse. Any of those could send someone spiral. The illusion of control is so fragile. Instead of sitting with that fear, People weaponize the distance. I would never do this. That statement is such a prayer that catastrophe only happens to people who deserve it. Well, ugly people are actually bad people because the worse you are as a person, the uglier you are. That makes sense to me. That just makes sense. The universe is unfair. Always has been. That's why I have a following at all. That is because it's unfair. Because I am an unfair person. I make sure to take advantage of every small thing. Every single time. Stop it. And your prayer will never be answered. Prayer is just repeated. And then it's going to happen to you. The emotional collateral damage of people who are genuinely trying their hardest is getting destroyed. It's nasty, right? People will walk away from the content if they are struggling themselves. They will feel disgusted about themselves despite doing everything right. Everything right. You know what people are doing? They're working content. Some people are extreme budgeting carefully. They're avoiding luxury, sacrificing joy, taking care of children, skipping pleasure, and still struggling. The culture of America, of capitalism, tells them that poverty is a mindset issue. Caleb, you are wildly blessed. You are a wildly blessed man. And I believe that with every fiber of your being, you are a wildly blessed man. And that messaging slowly poisons you. It turns all the economic suffering into this weird game of, it's your fault. When shame enters the conversation, people stop asking why the system feels impossible. They start asking why they deserve to suffer inside of it. You are making people that feel like they have to deserve suffering is what you're doing, right? I think you are a very smart man. I think your dead advice is still sound. I think the information is delivered through a lens that makes cruelty feel like you care about them. I think that lens is the problem, because the lens is what spreads. The lens will outlast the individual episode. And you can state countless times, I'm actually helping these people, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Doesn't change how the stupidity of the audience is.
Introducing new Build Your Own Bowls at Hawaiian Bros. The fresh flavors you crave, built the way you want. Start with a tender protein and add your favorite topper, all in the bed of our white rice. Here are
You are a very large problem in America of the average Canadian. I call the problem of the average Canadian. Because the average person doesn't know who belongs to money. The average person doesn't know where to invest or how to invest. The average person doesn't know about passive income. The average person is going to go to work. They're going to say, I'm going to go to the weekend because I don't want to work. That's it. Because life is depressing.
You know what to do, spiders? Don't give them an excuse. Only 60 seconds left. You've got my back. I've got yours.
And the close space flow like crazy, having certain people that make things outstanding in your inflammatory and you're very angry and reactionary to a lot of people. I think that gets honestly a lot of people over and over again. I know people that agree with you and take your credit. I love watching it is what I crave. I love watching people get down here. That's the problem. The problem lies with me as well. They say that it's big amount of democracy. I love it. I want to do it. Let your devils out! Right? Because I think, well, the entertainment I can go better. No damn shot! You know, I'm not. I understand all I was also because I have the ability to be financially literate now. It took me many years to get here. I know that Caleb, you are being wildly left possession. Speaking to you, Caleb, is the equivalent of hearing that Donald Trump got a small loan of $1 billion. speaking to you, Caleb, is the equivalent of speaking to a money mogul or a large content creator like Nigel Speed or Tyson Knapp or Ludwig or Voice Critical and saying, and them telling me, hey, you know, it's not that much money. It's the scale of where you're at, Caleb. I hope you continue to make episodes and videos, and I hope this video never reaches you, actually, because you react to criticism insanely. You just react insanely to criticism. You almost can't take it. It's disgusting to me. But if you take this on the chin and take it like a real person, let's say real man, maybe you understand real man better because you're very, very emotional. I imagine you're very about that. I imagine that's how you present yourself. How your actual person
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
But let's say you say this like a real man and just take it as fair for me criticism. I don't really change you. I don't think it would do anything. This is just me rambling and telling how I feel about you. That's it. All I'm doing. Have a listen here and have a look at that. Caleb, my audience, I'm out. Bye. I'll get the keep my dog.
4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready. Here comes the bad guys.
You need it.
You're up, little one.
We just gotta get to Avengers Tower. Trail not seen. Say, hit real hard.
Systems restoring.
We exposed here. Another one down.
You know what to do, spiders? All right, Ty. Now we switch to attack.
I don't think that's the welcoming committee. Look out, spider nest to boost that. Stop the spiders. Damn it, never fall! Well, that's somewhere I'm protection. Look who we got.
It's spider time! Ooh, I know that sound.
Pulse charge, fire! Careful!
It's spider time! No coming back? Ready for another go, spider?
You can build into your study process on a daily basis, all the time, all the topics you study. You should be using recall, practice recall as much as possible with these three things that keep
Vehicle reached the checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
the information passes in front of you.
I know the way to Avengers Tower. Follow me.
Like Spider-Man, but
I'm counting on you, friends. You got my back. I've got yours.
ooh, wait, that is a spot.
Please, what hurt?
Let the double.
Keep going. You know what to do, spiders?
Leave them to Khonshu.
A conservative media never ending their YouTube video and have less than I can't actually this channel have 3 million subscribers.
Vehicle reached the checkpoint. You got my back? I've got yours.
You mean to tell me it wasn't 10,000 people out there that wanted to listen to Ben Shapiro?
I'm counting on you, friends.
But if the layer
Or a dagger.
Give me everything you got. This wet ass paper. I mean, bucket and a pop.
You got my back? I've got yours.
There's something that is going on here that is not my logic. And by the way, this song is called Breaking Sounds by somebody describing what amounts to a serious and clear error going on because there are certain ways. So first of all, the bucket and a mop for this wet ass paper. So first of all, she had to clarify what wet ass paper was a description of the paper. But you want to be clean symptoms. It was also diarrhea. Bring a bucket and a mop. So this is just there's an awful lot.
It's spider time! And ready to go. So close. We're better when we work together.
we got you, don't you worry.
Final score. 3, 2, 2. Another epic victory. Big win.
Playing in part when the Daily Finals fall from grace, ill-fated investments in feature films and epic fantasy series and junior merchandise. The greater story of the collapse of Shapiro's constituency, writes Morgan. There are 2 realities the Shapiro conservatism in 2026. It retains a significant foothold among Republican elites, and it is being fast rejected by the future grassroots of the party. Hey, Jonathan Majors of college. Yeah, they said ill-fated feature films. Ill-fated. Yeah, I seen y'all fall through that. They probably laid off the person that was supposed to be holding you side. I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. And camera set. Here we go, guys. Ready? 3, 2, 1, action. Guys, let us get back.
Yeah. Good. I'm good. You good?
Hey, Bishop, you tell me all that things you've been on the Charlie Kirk show didn't work.
Oh, you blame the Charlie Kirk show?
That's true. He ain't done the same thing there. That's true. That is a fair point. And it completely destroyed TV USA. That's fair. Why don't you start fighting with Candace again? Yeah, you're right. You probably don't want that smoke. Yeah, you probably don't want that smoke. To be out here laying people off and floundering the way that you are in this media ecosystem is nasty work. I mean, really, you got every advantage. Yeah, the same stuff y'all say about white people. That's the conservative media right now. I mean, why don't you stimulus package? Podcast. Media giants from the Trump administration. $111 billion merger. Jay Miller. Hold on, let me check something. Jay Miller Podcast has about half of this subscribers.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
AI jazz music with cartoons and cats.
Starting full-time as a voice as a solutions analyst.
I'm working at Morgan Stanley as a Fondy trade support analyst.
I'll be running Microsoft in their Seattle office.
You're going to help you get the job you want.
Were you recently injured in a car accident? If so, you need to stop now and immediately call an experienced auto accident attorney. Look at this check for
Pretty sure I'm still the coolest fighter hero in any reality.
This settlement and many others like it were payments our team of legal experts obtained for our clients.
30
If you have
seconds
not
before you
been
attack.
in an auto
Get
accident,
ready.
feel free to skip this video. We don't want to waste your time. But for those of you still watching, I'm going to share the best way for you to achieve the maximum settlement. Grant attorney can help you get top compensation for your vehicle, property damage, medical bills, lost income, and pain and
I
suffering.
suppose we'll find out
To
soon
achieve
enough.
compensation for your car accident, we need to know that the accident was not your fault.
4, 3,
You were injured,
2,
and the accident happened within the last 2 years. In this particular circumstance, if you have not attorney, you can call us now. Choose not age of insurance companies or the other party without guidance. They call not compensation for your fees ever due. Eliminate your settlement separate. Please contact us. Please let me hear please be clear. Eventually, the time to be saved will vanish. Call us. Hard
The moon!
They win your case for you. Work for free. Clear case
Double kill!
You can contact them.
Here's a recent example of a settlement we received for our client Kevin. He was rear-ended by a semi-truck that was following too closely on his way to work. After the accident, Kevin, like many of our clients, didn't feel severe pain until several days later. He began to feel discomfort in his neck and lower back, as well as aches to use seatbelts and airbag deployment. He was unable to work, needed a new car, needed compensation for lost income, and a substantial amount set aside for future potential lifelong treatment for his injuries. The opposing party's insurance pressured Kevin to accept a $10,000 offer, as that was his car's value. However, they made no offers to remedy his injuries or the future pain and suffering he would experience. The settlement we obtained for Kevin after he became a client, $450,000. We can help you put your life back together after an accident. Find legal attorneys, fight to get you the maximum compensation for your accident. Historical data has shown that auto accident victims that work with an attorney receive 3.5 times more in compensation than those without an attorney. A quick call with our legal intake team will get you talking with an attorney that specializes in auto accident cases. We're available 24/7, 365 days a year. Connect with us to have your legal questions answered and find out what your case is worth. When you've been in a car accident that wasn't your fault, you won't be suing the other person directly. You'll be going after their insurance company. The opposing party's insurance have their own legal team whose sole purpose is to minimize the amount they will pay out for your accident. Without a legal professional working by your side, you'll be going up against legal insurance teams that have decades of experience settling cases for next to nothing. They'll try and make you doubt the merits of your own case and pressure you to accept the lowest compensation possible. They know they're going to have to pay something, but will employ tricks and games to minimize this amount. If you've received an offer from an insurance company to settle your accident claim, do not sign it before it's been reviewed by your own personal injury counsel. Once you accept an offer, you sign away your ability to make any future claims for compensation. A lot of times, victims walk away from car accidents thinking their injuries are not that severe. But after a few days, the pain slowly starts to build, eventually becoming unbearable. Many that hate doctor visits or don't have strong health insurance skip treatment altogether. Do not do this. Treatment for your injury as well as the medical documentation strengthens your case. If you've been injured, it's imperative that you contact us immediately. Our attorneys can guide you through the process of getting the right treatment for your injuries and even help you find the right doctor. Oftentimes, medical care can be a really simple process that gets you back on your feet quickly, but we also want to make sure a more serious injury isn't hiding beneath the surface. Reach out to us now so we can guide you.
Which side you're on. The right heroes could make all the difference. I'm here to finish the fight that my father began. I hope I make him proud.
Is it real cats or are the cats AI too? Is it a whole AI cat jazz combination? Yeah, that could be tough to beat, Katie Miller. I can see why you're struggling. Katie Miller was paid to start a podcast so she could interview everyone in Trump's orbit and help spread their propaganda. Just like John Jr., Laura Trump, and RFK Jr., Paramount picking up her stupid podcast is pure corruption. And I would add this. It's not just that. It's also the level of incompetence, the level of failing upward. The same people that attack DEI and tell us about the meritocratic society that they want to create just went and brought in Stephen Miller's wife, gave her access to everybody in the administration in a media ecosystem that boosts anything conservative and praising Donald Trump. And they still move into the AI cats. And even then, she gets picked up. Tell me again about the merit-based society we see. Right? Hey, Paramount, I got a AI hip-hop dog channel. If y'all look at them, it's doing better than Katie Miller. It's a lot of DMX, yeah. Where the dog at? Amazing. Grift over grift. It's all just make a wish for these talentless folks backed by threats from their dear leader. That's right. Make a wish. Only they pretend as if they actually did something. Ain't that right, Katie Miller?
But she's nothing but a sad, petty, childless adult bemoaning the rich while flying on private planes. If she wants to hurl personal insults, I say bring it on. Because the bottom line is, all these left snowflakes, all they know how to do is be keyboard warriors or yell into a computer screen instead of actually arguing or having a debate with their counterparts.
Paramount needs Trump for their merger to go through, so conveniently now the wife of that goblin, Stephen Miller, gets a sweet deal out of it. The prep is never ending. So help me with this, Paramount.
So y'all went through that whole song and dance with Stephen Colbert. Y'all still got egg on your face. Maybe that's why the rating's so bad, because y'all ain't cleaned the egg off the cameras. Stephen Colbert still laughing.
They handle my legal stuff, so I can handle my book.
But why? There's so many smart influencers who give advice.
You need an LLC, an F Corp. A C Corp. Every business is different. LegalZoom helps you figure out the best way to start yours. Really? Sweet moves.
Flashback. Colbert's cancellation is a dark warning. CBS' decision marks a dangerous new stage for the culture at large. On Thursday, Stephen Colbert, the beloved sharp-tongued comedian and host of The Late Show, announced that CBS was canceling the legendary franchise. This is all just going away, Colbert told the audience as they responded with a wave of gasps and jeers. Online, the news was met with a similar blend of shock and anger. The move to cancel one of television's last remaining crown jewels of broadcast programming came just days after Colbert publicly criticized CBS's corporate owner, Paramount, for agreeing to pay President Trump $16 million to settle an outrageous $20 billion lawsuit against the company. $20 billion? Good Lord, that's a lot of money. Trump has now long claimed that 60 Minutes producers unfairly edited their interview with then presidential nominee Kamala Harris, a complaint widely viewed by legal and media experts as completely baseless. The agreement was the latest in a series of bootlicking moves by Paramount, and its chairwoman, Sherry Redstone, desperately tries to sell the company to Skydance Media, a deal that requires federal approval. If that sounds like the groundwork for bribery, Colbert agrees. In his opening monologue on Monday, the host called the settlement a big fat bribe. CBS has since claimed that Colbert's cancellation is, quote, purely financial, even though The Late Show currently clocks in as the highest rated show on late night.
People have been speculating about the timing of this decision from Paramount, and they're pointing out the last Monday, just 2 days before my cancellation, I delivered a blistering monologue in which I showed the courage to have a mustache. I mean, obviously, CBS saw my upper lip and boom, canceled. Coincidence? Oh, I think not. This is worse than fascism. This is stashism, all right?
Man, Stephen Colbert gonna walk out of that building like an action movie with the explosions behind it. Y'all went through all that, and still y'all having to bend over further to suffer the indignity of picking up the Katie Miller podcast?
It's a rough time for CBS. As if that woman was gonna really make anything move. That man down there with that new face. Yeah,
We're coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
Dummies. Now, as y'all know, this is the daddy, and that's the son, you understand? And they both ugly. But that ain't the reason why I'm posting. They made the decision to buy CBS or some shit like that, and they're trying to buy Warner Brothers and all that kind of shit, you understand? Leatherface was down at the White House a few months ago, you know, begging for attention from his friends.
You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
Well, things have went left. The man was there, and this is his stuff with CBS owners over 60 Minutes criticism. Now, what StrikeTeam gonna do now? Oh, and StrikeTeam going through a little something because the value in this company often going down. Ain't no thing like white.
Man, that's rough. If you can't trust Trump support, then what can you trust? Am I right? Am I right? One thing you can definitely trust is he will be self-interested at all times, which is exactly how we got here. And it's also another reason why people in this particular space need to be uplifted and not the Katie Millers of the world. Please support independent media. Corporate media elevates fascists. Amen. And why would they be interested in doing a thing like that? You think?
With 500 different channels to watch, there'd be something interesting on. An even bigger problem are media is controlled by just a handful of billionaires and their corporations. And Trump is making things worse. Trump's FCC just approved a massive merger that would let one huge media company control what over 80% of American households see. One of these mergers, called Nexstar, tried to silence late-night host Jimmy Kimmel. Trump and his Brendan cartel is coming for us again. Trump's FCC also cleared the way for billionaire Larry Ellison and his son David to buy Paramount, which includes CBS News. The Ellisons are huge Trump boosters. Under their ownership, CBS News has already seen a massive shift toward a Trump-friendly agenda.
CBS News abruptly pulled an investigative report on 60 Minutes just a day before it was set to air.
This is Jack. He's an entrepreneur, and he wants to set up a professional website so his customers can find him online. A website he can easily maintain himself. But Jack has a small budget, no technical knowledge, and no web design experience. Luckily, he'd recently heard about Webador. With Webador, anyone can build a free professional website in just a few easy steps. Sign up. Choose from one of the many responsive templates we offer. Edit the colors to match your house style, and play around with our user-friendly drag-and-drop system. Images, text, videos, buttons, everything you need. From a standard website or blog to an online store with integrated payment methods. Whether it's for business or just for fun, you can build your dream website in a matter of hours. You can publish your website on your own domain. We'll make sure your website is automatically fully optimized for all search engines and mobile devices. Need help? We offer good support, and our team is happy to answer any questions you may have. So Jack's customers can now find him online. He saved himself a lot of time and energy, and he can maintain his own website. Sign up today and join thousands of satisfied customers. Start building your own website now.
We made quite a team. You know what to do, Spiders?
Hi, I'm Carter, owner of K-Guard Gutters, and I'm here to talk to you about add-on covers that go over your existing gutters versus K-Guard Gutters. So this is a typical cover. Covers over the top of your existing gutters. That comes with a couple downfalls. One of it is the way that they mount it. So what they do is they actually peel back the shingles of your roof and they nail it down to the roof. The problem with that is it voids the warranty on the roof. Owens Corning mentions in their roof warranty that if you puncture it, it voids the warranty. So what's the point of having a 40-year roof if you puncture it after 3 years? If you ever got water in your house, you would call your roofer and say, hey, what's the deal? Roofer's going to come out and say, not my problem, they punctured it, you're out of luck. With K-Guard Gutters, it's a full system. We attach to the face core. That makes it so that we don't attach to the roof and shingles, voiding that roof warranty. Another downfall of covers is in the winter. So I'm sure you guys are familiar that water over a bridge is more likely to freeze than the rest of the roof. Because air goes under the bridge, cools the bridge. Well, the same thing happens with metal covers. So in the wintertime, water's going to run down your roof, hits this cover and it freezes. Well, guess what? Your shingles are on top of it, right? It's going to peel that back, and all of a sudden, water's going to be getting under that roof. With K-Guard Gutters, it doesn't attach to the shingles. We also have a rear drainage channel in the back that allows for the melted ice and snow to drain into the gutter versus building up. Covers often come in boxes that are usually 6 to 8 foot sections, and they'll actually piece it together. The downfall of that is certain sections will blow off in the wind, whereas with K-Guard Gutters, it's completely made seamless on-site to custom fit your house. That's going to be attached down by their end caps so you never have to worry about it blowing up. And finally, when they install it, you're often dealing with subcontractors. And since every roof is different, they're going to be dealing with different pitch roofs. When I say pitch, that means the steepness of the roof. So what they have to do is they have to take a frame and they have to bend this to make sure that it's at the perfect angle so that water's stable to beat around. Well, subcontractors aren't installing this every day. So every once in a while they don't get it right, and that causes water to overshoot or create problems. With K-Guard getters, you don't have to worry about subcontractors. All of our guys are employed by us. On top of that, we don't attach the roof or shingles, so you don't have to worry about us taking a break and having to bend on site. Ours is custom made on site, and it fits perfectly into the brackets every single time. So with covers, they're giving you a lifetime warranty on just the cover. They're putting it over the top of your existing gutters, but they're not putting a warranty on that. So let's say your gutters are undersized, or they're fixed improperly, or they're leaking. None of that is under warranty. With K-Guard gutters, we warranty everything for a complete system. We come with a lifetime no clog warranty, lifetime no pull away or fallout warranty, and a lifetime paint finish warranty. That's all transferable to you and homeowner if you ever decide to sell your house. Thanks for tuning in with me today. I'm Carter with K-Guard Gutters. Give us a call today for a free estimate.
Here. That report examined allegations of abuse and torture suffered by men deported by the Trump administration and sent to a prison in El Salvador, which is probably what Trump gave his blessing for the Ellison's company, Skydance Media, who also acquired Warner Brothers Discovery. That deal goes through. Trump allies would also conclude CNN. Larry Ellison reportedly had discussions with Trump about firing CNN host Trump life. And thanks to Trump, the Ellisons can also tout their TikTok as part of their growing media empire. Well, if you know that 1 out of 5 Americans gets their news from TikTok, and you thought Fox News was bad, don't forget the other media billionaire Trump has in his corner. Trump's billionaire suck-ups already control a huge portion of the information Americans get. The more his cronies control, the less Americans will know. A free press is vital to democracy. But for Trump and his billionaire buddies, it's all about accumulating more power and more wealth. They know that a well-informed public would stop them from acquiring both. So what can we do about this? Pressure our state attorneys general to sue and block these mergers. And when Democrats take back power at the federal level, bust up these massive media conglomerates. And we should support our local independent media, as well as outlets like NPR and PBS, news funded by the public, not owned by billionaires. As a once respected newspaper says, democracy dies in darkness. We can't let Trump's billionaire helpers turn out the lights.
And shout out to Robert Wright for that. That was a fantastic look at the state of play. But here's the question that I have. A couple of things that we can establish as fact that Trump supporting billionaires are gobbling up control of media. And Trump is historically unpopular. So here's my question. How does that work? What exactly does that look like when you're in the service of pleasing Trump, of serving up content to people who literally can't stand him? How does that go?
I'm here to finish the fight.
Also, G Fiber gives you the stress-free home that we all look for in life. Once I joined Google Fiber, I never had to worry about any internet service. I lost my heat, my water, but I was still on work call. You don't find that suspicious?
Barry Weiss's overhaul of CBS is not going well. CBS News' ratings decline suggests people don't like oligarchs meddling in media. Hey, give her credit. It's not just that people don't like oligarchs meddling in media. She's also bad. CBS News recently hired editor-in-chief Barry Weiss reportedly told her staff in January, "We're not producing a product that enough people want, and that I'm here to make CBS News fit for purpose in the 21st century." But a look at the network's recent slide in ratings suggests that her own sense of what people want is out of touch. Barry Weiss? Her sense of what people want is out of touch? The same lady that did the walk and talk and couldn't figure out what to do with her hands. She can't make it.
We just sat down for an hour with Erica Kirk and we talked about everything. We talked about what was going through her head when she stood on that stage and forgave her husband's alleged murderer.
We talked about all of the conspiracies surrounding this assassination.
The downturn provides a glimmer of hope for those of us who oppose oligarchical capture of our media landscape. It could be an indication that the public is averse to seeing traditional legacy media like CBS meddled with by reactionary billionaires and injected with an obvious right-leaning ideological agenda and is voting by changing the channel. According to Oliver Darcy's status newsletter, ratings for the show that epitomized Weiss's influence over the network, Tony Coppel's CBS Evening News, are plunging. Citing Nielsen data, status reports that the week beginning April 20th marked the lowest rated stretch in total viewers since Coppel took over the broadcast in January, and that the show has now logged 3 consecutive weeks under 4 million viewers, a prolonged slump that was once unimaginable. Ultimately, April 2026 ranked as the second lowest rated April for the CBS Evening News this century and total viewers, and the lowest ever in the 25 to 54 demographic. The lowest ever? The lowest ever? They were going Trump numbers. You mean to tell me that going back to last century, it was more people watching CBS Evening News like after Thriller came out than right now?
Very wife Nellie Bowles post on X, sort of mocking our reporting, calling it, quote, simply a catastrophe, sarcasm. If you post the worst ratings on record for the morning show and the worst ratings on record in the 21st century for the evening news show, there's no other word to describe it other than an utter catastrophe. It's like if I took over the free press and I lost a third of the advertiser demo in a quarter, I think you guys would say it's a catastrophe. I think you'd say it's pretty disastrous. And that's what happened under Barry White. And by the way, again, we should point out, it's not like everyone else was flat. It's not like NBC remained flat and ABC remained flat and probably the cable news network remained flat. They all gained viewership while you collapsed in viewership. That's what's so staggering. I think a catastrophe is a nice way to say it, to be honest.
Yeah, I would call it a catastrophe. I mean, the only defense I could maybe offer Barry Weiss is if you're saying that's professional. Catastrophe is confined to, stuff on an interpersonal level, speaking to a person's character or something like that, right? Like if you found out that your significant other was in the Epstein files, that would be a catastrophe. Which also happened.
So it felt like CBS News was trying to audition for an audience that doesn't actually watch CBS News, while assuming its existing audience would just go along with the ride. No. That is a very, very dangerous assumption, because when viewers feel like a network is no longer speaking to them, they don't complain anymore. Like the network doesn't really hear the complaints. I hear the complaints all the time from these streets. I'm out here in these streets, right? They don't write letters like they used to. They don't organize boycotts most of the time, unless it's something that is just egregious, like Jimmy Kimmel, right? The network hasn't changed this thing, but it is bending the knee to someone that they feel is like, wait a minute, this is wrong, all right? So, but in this case, it's even worse for CBS, I believe, because people are just leaving. That's what's happening. But the problem wasn't the conversation itself, it was the context of the conversation. Why this? Why here? Why from CBS News? CBS News is not Substack.
And by the way, it's not just the audience that's leaving either.
Barry Weiss, the worst news executive of all time, is becoming repellent. I don't mean gross like the way kids use the word repellent. I mean, people are repelled from her. The man who could have become the next face of CBS News, Anderson Cooper, was in the last step of negotiating a new contract to continue on at 60 Minutes, where he has been like 20 years, and he suddenly said, no, he's leaving 60 Minutes after 20 years there, and it's clear it's because of her. He'll say all the right things because he's a lovely guy, but it's because of her. This after Alicia Hasty, a producer there for 4 years, ran screaming from the building because she said the newsroom is filled with fear and uncertainty and a pressure to evaluate stories based on ideology and not journalistic merit. And then there's this.
Weiss was scheduled to give a speech about journalism at UCLA in about a week. I'm sorry, did you say she was brought in to UCLA to talk about the future of journalism? Barry Weiss?
I am ready to put on a show.
That would be like Paramount picking up the Katie Miller podcast. Weiss was booked to talk about the future of journalism. Sounds scary. There was a petition that 11,000 people signed, students protested, and eventually Weiss herself backed out of the booking. Rough month for the worst news executive of all time.
Today, friends, we are making 4 memories. Last year, I planned a 7-day road trip, which was character building. This year, we're doing the main event. The kids had fun. Dad had a blast. We even ate together. We did everything we wanted for one price. That's main event. All you can play activities and an entree for $29.99, plus a $10 game card for free.
This settlement check completely changed my life, and it came from a car accident I almost forgot about. I'm honestly shaking as I record this. I never imagined something this big could come from an accident that felt so small at the time. If you've been in any kind of vehicle accident in the past 2 years, even if you think it was minor, even if you were just a passenger, you might be entitled to far more than you realize.
Man, very wise. I've had people walk out on me as well when I was doing stand-up in my early 20s. I wasn't making no millions though. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot worse when it happens on your level. And by the way, it's not just kids walking out neither. You got employees walking out. CBS News union members hold 24-hour walkout over failed contract negotiations with management. Writers Guild members stage walkout over stalled negotiations. Being so bad at CBS, even when you see good news, it's bad news. No! CBS News streaming employees reach deal on new contract after walkout. Union has reached a tentative agreement for a 3-year contract after holding a 24-hour walkout in March. But more than 95% of employees had signed a strike pledge on March 10th, a day after the unit's contract expired, asking for guaranteed wage increases, meaningful overtime rules, protected union jurisdiction, and flexible work from home protections. The walkout had come amid broader uncertainty about the fate of CBS News employees. 10 days after the union signed the strike pledge, the network laid off 6% of employees and shuttered its historic CBS News radio service. More layoffs at the Barry Weiss-led network are expected in the event that parent company Paramount Skydance's pending acquisition of CNN's parent company Warner Brothers Discovery is approved as part of a broader strategy to achieve $6 billion in cost-saving synergies from the deal. You heard that correctly. CBS News is ending its historic radio service with more layoffs on the way so that Paramount in its Trump-approved acquisition of Warner Brothers can achieve synergies.
What do you mean by that?
Which no doubt will be even more necessary when you see the viewership of your Trump-approved telecasts.
It distresses me so terribly. CBS is a whole different organization that I had worked for. CBS has now been taken over thanks to greedy owners, Sherry Redstone, partnering with David Ellison, Larry Ellison's son. Their greed has caused the venerable CBS to actually disassemble, to crash into crumbles. And then they've hired this, I don't know what to call Barry Weiss.
Shout out to Connie Chung and new friend of the program, Maury Povich. By the way, you will see more of him on this particular channel and me on his as well. So shout out to them. And I couldn't have echoed their sentiments anymore. And if we were to find an answer to the question that I asked in the beginning, exactly what does it look like when you're servicing a public that by and large hates the audience of one that you are looking to recruit? No further than Tony DeCoppel. So that means now, it's in Governor Walz. No, we're going to do Mark Kelly. First day, big problems here. CBS News editor-in-chief Barry Weiss is planning to let evening news anchor Tony DeCoppel loose on the network's 60 Minutes show as part of a major shakeup of the news magazine. Wait a minute. The same Tony DeCoppel that you were ready to run off in the evening news desk? She all decided more was the answer? As well as adding DeCoppel, whose promotion to the evening news slot has been a gap-filled ratings disaster for the network to the roster, other CBS News correspondents such as Matt Gutman are also expected to be given new roles within 60 Minutes. One of the show's current contributing correspondents, Nora O'Donnell, is also being awarded more airtime next season. That's just like a MAGA. And in the moment of Trump, because y'all don't ask for no consent. Y'all got all the information from the audience, but you won't force your way. That's okay. Mm-hmm. Yep. No, it's consistent. DeCoppel's transition to the hard-hitting, in-depth format comes after a scathing Vanity Fair article in April that cited more than 20 current and former CBS staffers and industry insiders, many of whom questioned his credentials and news sensibilities. He must have been Weiss's 7th or 8th choice because nobody would take the effing job once CBS correspondent told the magazine of how DeCoppel became anchor. Tony DeCoppel. Not only are you getting dragged and they running you out there to make a mockery of news, she didn't even want you. What's your next chapter?
We're going to be bigger. Yep, that's my LLC. What's inside of him? I'm going to have some legal things. They handle my legal stuff, so I can handle my book.
But why? There's so many smart influencers who give advice.
You need an LLC and export.
That's too cool.
Every business is different. And we will help figure out the best way to start yours.
Really? Please move. I'm opening up a big box again.
For a legal hand for your business, you get legal things.
Before we start this episode, here's a quick preview of what's coming. Take an animated trip around the world and see what it's like for teens living in other countries. Explore global issues and learn how unique America really is. Enjoy the rest of our free videos for all ages when you subscribe at PragerU.com.
Welcome to Los Angeles, the second most populous city in the USA and the heart of sunny Southern California. Its residents, known as Angelinos, enjoy the city's beaches, hiking trails, museums, theme parks, sports venues, and acclaimed universities. In 1848, oil was discovered in California, and thousands of people moved west across the United States to try to strike it rich. At the time, the remote village of Los Angeles was just a rugged frontier town with very few people. But, like the rest of the state, it quickly expanded to accommodate the way it was moving. Over the last 150 years, Los Angeles, or LA for short, has been a beacon of growth, offering opportunity for millions of residents. But this rapid expansion of people and culture has also come with some growing pains. And when tensions turn to violence, Angelinos must rely on a trained police force for protection. This is Mateo, the 13-year-old son of Mexican immigrants living in Los Angeles. Mateo's parents, Juan and Lucy, moved here just a few years before he was born. they operate a small convenience store that fits a largely Hispanic neighborhood. Mateo attends the local public school where his favorite subjects are math and PE. After school, he helps at his parents' store restocking shelves and sweeping the floors. On Sundays, he attends Mass with his family at the nearby Catholic church. In his free time, Mateo enjoys playing baseball, hanging out with his friends, and playing video games. Before immigrating to Los Angeles, Juan and Lucy run a small general store in Mexico. They worked hard to make their business successful, but cartel members began harassing them, demanding money for protection. The threats got so bad that Juan and Lucy decided to embark on the long and expensive process of applying for a U.S. green card. When their application was finally accepted, they moved to Los Angeles and found a large welcoming community of fellow Latinos. After even more hard work, they were able to open a new grocery store. Soon, Mateo was born, followed by his two sisters, and the family was very thankful for their life in LA. Then, in late 2020, George Floyd, a black man who resisted arrest and was held under the knee of a police officer, died while in custody. Although this happened in Minneapolis, Minnesota, fiery protests and riots erupted in cities all around the United States. Activists claimed that the police were targeting the black community and purposely killing unarmed black men. As the false claims of racial targeting spread, so did the anger and violence. Throughout the summer, Mateo and his family were shocked and worried as they watched on the news where neighborhoods around LA were being burned and looted. Politicians, activists, celebrities, and even major corporations began to demand reform or complete abolition of the police force. Mateo wondered, who could keep his neighborhood safe if there were less police? And what about his family's store?
0, 2, 3. Time to switch things up, including which side you're on. You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
We're gonna cry in the car. I mean, she wanted Brett Baer, she wanted Anderson Cooper, she wanted a name, and she does not see Tony DeCopo as a name. A useful idiot for sure, but not a name. This came from a CBS correspondent? Hey, Stephen Colbert, it's a whole mess right here. That explosion is bigger than we thought.
All the news teams are on the ground in China to cover this epic and historic summit, all except one, because our CBS News colleague Tony DeCopo is being forced to broadcast from Taiwan after failing to get a Chinese visa in time. Well, that is disappointing, but it does fit in with their slogan, CBS News, when events happen, we're at most one country away. Barry Weiss doesn't know what she's doing.
Okay, we agree on that one.
I think Barry Weiss is probably competitive and wants to win. He doesn't like these headlines that her evening news show that she's full is just collapsing and has historic low ratings. I mean, the lowest rating literally of the 21st century. That's Barry Weiss. I think that's quite embarrassing for her.
I don't know.
And I suspect that she actually just doesn't know how to fix this.
And we agree on that one as well. We definitely agree on that one. I believe she has no idea how to fix this, and that she has no idea what she's doing. I might have to break with you on she's embarrassed, because not only was this predictable, but you have seen her double, triple, and quadruple down, like with the town halls, on continuing to give the people nonsense.
And I also suspect that this idea that he is some sort of visionary, that is backed by very wealthy people who want to hear that, but that's totally different than putting out a product that people organically want to listen to.
And this happens after MAGA Media's social media operation has been completely exposed to the world. And the chaotic minutes after news broke into brief security at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, a familiar pattern unfolded on social media. chorus of pro-Trump influencers and officials arrived at the same eerily specific and singular conclusion: the country needs Donald Trump's ballroom. The speed and uniformity of the response would be striking under any circumstances, even after Trump himself had laid the groundwork for using security concerns to justify construction of the White House ballroom just a few weeks before Saturday night's events. But in the aftermath of a violent and potentially deadly incident, it's perhaps the clearest example of a media apparatus that behaves more like a professional marketing operation. And Barry Weiss, you're expecting us to see you as anything other than that? What reason have you given us to see you as anything other than that? And how is that going to play? Under 40%. Now, give Tony DeCopo some credit. Literally anybody that you drag out would get food and tomatoes. I'm sorry. Did you say give Tony DeCopo some credit? You the same guy that did the whole Florida man did with Marco Rubio? Yeah, don't give him no credit. Don't give him no credit. Hey, Stephen Colbert, I don't know how you even made it this long. Honestly.
It's pretty upsetting when you can pay for a certain amount of download and the upload speed doesn't match that.
That's what I like about Google Fiber is it's the symmetrical speed. It's the up and the down. I love it. I love my Google Fiber.
Yeah, Google Fiber is the best.
Hi, I'm Travis from KGAR Leaf 3 Gutters. Today we're going to talk about gutter comparisons. So on your house you have what you consider a regular conventional style gutter most likely. Everybody's tried to protect these in different ways, different facets. Most people go to like your local big box store to buy what they call like a string. They come in all different size holes, different types of products. Some of them are rubber coated, some of them are steel, some of them are aluminum. The problem with that is, it protects your big stuff from falling in there. Your acorns, your pine cones, and stuff like that. It keeps those out of there, but what it doesn't do is protect you against like the oak trees, the little moss that falls. The helicopters will sit on side there, and eventually they rot and it falls through, and then the leaf particles biodegrade and eventually end up at the bottom of the gutter clogging it, which in return causes the gutter cleaning that you're going to have become more expensive. So people kind of just throw this out. They've tried it doesn't work. They throw it to the side. So I'm going to set this to the side. The next product that you have is hard covers, hard surface covers. Most commonly, you'll see these advertised on TV as well. You can also buy some versions of these big box stores. The one downside to these is they go up underneath the roof. And when you do that, you're going to avoid the roof line. If you have like a PAF or a OLX20 roof. So back there in their disclaimer not to alter their roof shingle application at any time and make sure you have proper downspouts. So they go up underneath the gutters, underneath the shingles, go up over your open-top gutters. The problem is you're covering a faulty system. You might have leaks, might be causing nail rot, water getting into the fascia board, and you're also could be possibly voiding the roof warranty depending on the shingles manufacturer and warranty. So that's your second option. Your third option is a complete system. There's two types of complete systems out there.
Spider is more than just a mechanized suit of armor. It's my best friend.
Good morning. I want to talk to you about a couple of stories having to do with Barry Weiss's tenure at CBS.
You know what to do, Spiders?
Firstly, she's doing a terrible job. She has created a evening news that viewership has fallen about half of their biggest competitor, ABC. And then the ways that CBS News has cooperated with the Trump administration's attempts to censor the news or shift it to propaganda have failed as well. Not just because CBS Evening News has fallen in viewership, but because the two explicit attempts at censorship wound up having a Streisand effect of getting more attention to the 60 Minutes story about CPAC. And then most dramatically, it could be argued that FCC trying to censor Puerto is why he won the Secretary for Senate primary here in Texas.
Oh, yes. I remember both of those. And you could put Colbert in there as well.
Next story is bad news. Today, it was also announced that CBS is laying off 6% of its news division and completely shuttering its radio division. Layoffs might matter. The media industry has seen layoffs in the past few years like never before. 30,000, I believe, in 22 and 23, 17,000 last year. Just this decimating of journalism is the real cause of censorship because it's pervasive. Well, it's subtle to the degree that most people won't notice that those on their screen are largely white and male. The censorship is not necessarily what gets said. The censorship is who gets to say it.
One more time for those in the back.
In a survey of laid-off journalists, 42% were people of color, while people of color only make up 17% of journalists. 68% of those who responded to the survey were women, but women only make up 42% of journalists.
Ah, yes, that is a phenomenal point because we've already covered on this platform just how seasoned the elevator down to HR seemed to be compared to the general population.
It's not so much that the individual stories that make it onto the news are censored. The problem is who makes the decision about what stories get on the news.
Amen to that. She hit the absolute thing on the head. This is the kind of censorship that they could only dream of. And they are suffering the fate of those who see no need for us. And it's a glorious fire, is it not?
You
are not that. Hey, Barry Weiss, I got your new evening news anchor. When you pack up Tony the Copel, Miller, Katie Miller, she gonna do numbers. People gonna love it. People gonna love it. Let me tell you that.
That type of rhetoric, the ones that maybe they are not the assassins, but they are surely inspiring the next assassin. They're inspiring the next Tyler Robinson to come out of his hole, come out of his couch, come out of his transgender relationship and assassinate someone else, another one of my friends. Because when you don't shut that behavior down, that's what it leads to.
Oh, the Jersey? Nah, the Spurs. Yeah, nah, we root for the Spurs. That's a nice little reverse jinx right there. Because everybody I root for take L's. Nah, we gonna go on Spurs. I don't want nobody flopping around on my TV. No, I'm good on that. Hey, Wemby, De'Aaron Fox, let me know if y'all, you know what I mean? I got a little champagne in me. You know what I mean? A little champipple.
Is finding himself absolutely cornered as he faces major blowback from telling Americans, I do not care about your financial situation. He actually said this live on camera, saying his war with Iran is more important than his own citizens. Let's take a look at this clip of Trump's own declaration that American issues do not matter more than his interests.
When you're negotiating with Iran, Mr. President, to what extent are American financial situations motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I think about one thing. We cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. That's all.
Donald Trump just told America that his own personal interests and excuses for pursuing these personal interests is more important than the actual American who is begging Trump to help make their lives better. This is exactly why MAGA is revolting and turning on Donald Trump, because you can only not show up for your citizens for so long before your citizens stop showing up for you, especially when our chief of counterterrorism said himself there is no evidence that there was a nuke in Iran. But it gets even worse for Donald Trump, because when he is asked about it and a chance to fix what he said, he doubles down, saying, I said it once, I will make this statement again. Everybody. What? But nobody agrees with him. This is someone who believes he has consolidated power so much that he no longer needs the American people. But newsflash, the American people decide who runs this country. And if you do not have their backs, then MAGA is no longer going to have your back. Let's see what Trump has to say about this when he's asked this directly to his face.
Democrats and political pundits jumped all over this statement that you made the other day. You were asked on the when you were leaving.
Our American financial situation is motivating you to make
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about American financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I think about one thing. We cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. That's all. That's right. That's a perfect statement to make it again. You can imagine how many people stop the soundbite and I don't think about America's financial situation. So what's your response to that framework? Very simple. When people hear me say it, everybody agrees. Short-term pain. It's going to be short-term pain. But the pain is much less than people thought. Because people thought that the oil would go up to $250. You know, it was $99 yesterday, $99 a barrel. I thought it might go up to $200. I was okay with that. Not that I wanted it, but you cannot let them have a nuclear weapon.
Donald Trump has lied so much that he is forced to finally tell the truth. And when he does try to move the goalposts, he only exposes himself further, saying, if gas prices doubled right now, he's okay with it, as he sits with $10 billion in his bank account. And when he says everybody agrees, he's talking about his rich friends that don't pay the same price as a hardworking American. This lack of empathy is showing actually speaks volumes about what Trump actually represents. That word is what many Americans have been saying for a long time, a narcissist. He also talks about short-term pain, but Trump has been the president since January 20th, 2025. How long is the short-term pain? As millions of Americans have lost their jobs and wages stay the same as the price of everything shoots up, even the corporations are losing money to tariffs, so they're not hiring. So wages may not be the same under a Trump administration. They may be less for new job offers because they know people are desperate. Now, ironically, as Trump says he does not care about the economy for Americans, nor what they're struggling or go through, Trump is on the verge of doubling gas prices as it increases weekly, and he tells everybody it is not going up. Let's take a look at this clip of Trump's own contradictions throwing up in his own face as you watch everybody turn on Donald Trump.
As soon as this ends, those prices are going to drop, I believe, lower than even before. The oil seems to pretty much stabilize. I think oil prices would go up if I did this. They've gone up probably less than I thought they'd go up. There's a very big decrease in the price of gasoline, gas.
Do you believe the price of oil and gas will be lower before the midterm elections?
I hope so. I mean, I think so. It could be. It could be the same or maybe a little bit higher. Gas will go down. As soon as the war's over, it'll drop like a rock. There's so much of it. It's all over the place, sitting all over the oceans of the world. Gasoline's going to come down lower than what it was. Gas prices have come down today. Have you looked? The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about American financial situation.
That is such a crazy statement from the President of the United States, who swore an oath to this country to do right by its citizens of the country, not for Trump's own family members and friends, as we've seen time and time again, as the Epstein class is still faced. No repercussions for being in the Epstein file, no prosecutions, no investigations, no litigation, nothing. And in response, yet again, we have more MAGA members calling saying, I voted for Trump 3 times in a row. I'm tired of this. I was wrong. We never thought we'd see the day. It is happening. It's coming. Donald Trump believes he can bribe people in powerful positions in Congress and the Senate, and nothing is going to happen to him as a result. However, there is a reason here's midterms. That's because he knows what's happening under the scenes. People aren't buying the gaslight chambers anymore. They are feeling the effects of what it means to have Donald Trump as a president. And they are even comparing him to Hitler. And while it took some people a little longer than it took others, the conclusion is all the same. Donald Trump is not good for the citizens of America, nor for a global economy for any country or the safety of own citizens or any other country's citizens. As we've seen with ICE and as we've seen with his needless wars with fake propaganda. Let's take a look at this clip of what people have to say out of their own mouths about Donald Trump. 3 times voted, because we are seeing these videos pop up endlessly, and this is the downfall of the Trump administration. Let's take a look.
Hard for me to say this, but I think if I can open up about it in public, that it might help others. I wanted to believe Trump was the real deal for a long time, even though I had doubts because I knew enough about his business history to think otherwise. But now I regret my support for him, and I should have known better. It's making it plain as day. He's a con man, a liar, doesn't keep his promises. He's been in office all for himself, and he doesn't even try to hide his corruption anymore. So unless you get all your information from what I call the right-wing propaganda for profit, disinformation, industrial complex, he's the worst president we've ever had, and he's the most corrupt president we've ever had. I know it's hard. It took me a while to feel to say that. Very difficult when you yourself believing in somebody.
Thomas, if you don't mind me interjecting, did you vote for Trump all 3 times in 2016, 2020, 2024?
I'm attorney Mike DePasquale. We hear this all the time. I don't need a lawyer. I can handle it myself. That's a bad decision.
I'm sorry, I missed that. Say that again, please.
Did you vote for President Trump all 3 times that he's run?
Yes. I wasn't know if I considered a third party. And I considered even a Democrat, but I did, again, vote for him. But,
and what do you feel, that's really interesting, what do you feel, or what was the straw that broke the camel's back this time around? Was it the war?
I don't think it's one thing. It's been a cumulative process. It's gotten so blatant now, and he's just literally the things he's going to lower prices on day one. He's just going to do this on day one. Only he can fix all this stuff. And now I understand how somebody like Adolf Hitler was able to brainwash millions of people. I never thought I'd see that again in my lifetime.
But some Trump voters are now comparing Donald Trump to Hitler. 3-time Trump voters are now hesitant and calling the gaslight change. They're waking up. They realize they've been duped because Donald Trump is a con man, and it is only a matter of time before a con man's lies come to light and he loses everything. We're watching it happen in real time. People thought they would never see the day where MAGA by the thousands are admitting their wrong publicly live on camera, and they finally come to the sentiment that the majority of Americans have been saying for quite some time. Donald Trump is not good for this country or anybody, unless, of course, you are a billionaire that can make Trump even richer or give him more power. Otherwise, you will be the star. We saw it happen to Martin Luther King, Tucker Carlson. Second, somebody says their actual critical thought and has an opinion of their own that does not verify or validate Trump's delusions of grandeur ousted of people. This Trump holds loyalty to nobody. You are only a useful tool in his cabinet. And the same exact way we predicted this MAGA fallout 6+ months ago, we watched it happen slowly. It is only a matter of time before everybody around Trump turns on him to this degree as well, as they realize the second Trump no longer finds them useful, will throw them away like a piece of trash. Just let this man continue and let America know what MAGA really thinks the person is for 3 times in a row.
But it happened, right? That's why we got past that, but we don't learn from history. But I just hope eventually we got to slow him down, make him accountable anywhere we can. Right now, the only weapon is to vote for as many Democrats, whether you like them or not. He gets some balance back into our system of checks and balances. Right? Congress is doing nothing to stop it. He has more power. He wants to be a king, but we're letting him get away with it. We fought a revolutionary war against England because we didn't want to be ruled by an arbitrary king like Trump wants to be. So, but I'll stop there for that. Leavingmaga.org for anybody who's interested. It gives you a community of people who used to be supporters, but who also are having doubts now. So, and being part of this community is a big part of the appeal, I think, right? So that's something that others who might be having doubts.
Trump has become so unpopular where there's entire websites dedicated to leaving the cult. And this man is absolutely correct. History does repeat itself. And throughout the history of America, people in powerful positions have time and time again used split Americans against each other to push for their actual agenda. And only people perceptive enough were able to see that from Donald Trump early on. But everybody is still catching up, and that is what's important. And it gets a lot worse for Donald Trump because not only is Ron leaving him, but his Christian fan base has recognized that Donald Trump is no actual Christian. He is someone who has been using them and their faith for his own advantage and to get them to vote for him. Especially with that strange image of Trump uploading himself as God, killing somebody with his hands. It is now also coming out from the Christian community that they are finished with Donald Trump because in James Talarico's words, so there's nothing more dangerous than a tyrant who claims he was on a mission from God. Especially somebody who has that level of power and consolidates it all to himself because that is domination. If somebody with that level of power should scare it, that is not what Donald Trump is representing. He is losing support from every section of Americans you can define. And at the very end of the day, it'll be Donald Trump all by himself. This is what Trump fears the most. Nobody buying the lies anymore.
Yeah, and I think we have to have a real conversation within the church, within Christian communities, about what is our relationship with power. Because in my mind, as a Christian, power that is not shared is also domination. And in a democracy, it's all about sharing power. We acknowledge that power is real and that it has consequences, and we commit to sharing that together as a nation, as communities. And I think that's where we have to strive. Theocracy, in my mind, is the most dangerous form of government because the only thing worse than a tyrant is a tyrant who thinks they're on a mission from God. And that's why our faith in Jesus should lead us away from theocracy, away from tyranny, away from Christian nationalism, and toward a multiracial, multicultural democracy where we can all freely love God and fully love our neighbors.
That is such a reasonable demand for whatever anyone chooses to believe in. Not making that the forefront of why you are the president of the United States is an important aspect. Throughout history, it's been shown by many rulers who have used religion to their advantage in order to gain votes and use people's faith to their own agendas. So it's ironic that Christians who do believe in God seemingly no longer believe in the Donald Trump. Donald Trump is someone who said he has never asked God for forgiveness, was on TV and could not name his favorite Bible quote, and said his favorite version of the Bible was all of them. So Trump follows none of the philosophies of a community he claims to actually cherish and worship as he posts a picture of himself as God. And Trump said earlier in this video that he does not care about the financial situations of Americans, completely neglecting the ones in need, saying this is short-term pain for his wars with Iran. And it paints a clear picture that everybody is waking up to that Donald Trump is a liar. He's trying to paint himself as a false prophet, and everybody is seeing it. It's also no coincidence that Christians happen to make up over 66% of the religion in America. Trump knows that. The same way he set up voting booths at Charlie Kirk's memorial to use Charlie Kirk's fans' belief in Charlie Kirk to his own agenda yet again. But that's why it's an absolute surprise to nobody that Trump's approval rating has fell to 37%, which is still abnormally high, but much, much lower than the 63% disapproval. And it doesn't just stop there for him either, because the rating on the economy is even lower than that at 29% approval rating. As Trump tries to tell the Americans their economy is good, they tell Trump, we do not believe it. We cannot wait for midterms. He knows it. That's why Mike Johnson and Trump have said time and time again that if we lose the midterms, they will impeach me. Well done, Trump. When an oath is given to serve the people of the country, you actually have to follow through on that, or else the people of the country will serve you. Especially when 59% of Americans say gas prices alone are causing a financial hardship and making it difficult for them. And that's only gas prices. The price of everything has skyrocketed, as predicted, because when gas prices go up, so does the price of transportation and goods. Donald Trump calls this a short-term pain, but the majority of America calls this an emergency, and it needs to end immediately. Because when people are asked, is your income keeping up with inflation, 77% of Americans say no. But if you ask Donald Trump, there is no inflation. So it's no surprise to anybody that Trump now has the 5 worst polls in the presidential history of all time. Let's take a look at some polls.
talking about inflation, when you're talking about a president's approval on it, which is not good. Our new poll shows that people are very unhappy with the economy, with inflation, with this handling of inflation. On a historical perspective, though, how much don't they like how he's handling inflation? These are the ugliest numbers I have ever seen on inflation. And it's not just one poll, Johnny Berman. It's many polls. Just take a look here. President's Senate approval on inflation. The 5 worst polls ever for any president. They only to Donald John Trump, and they have all occurred in the last month. The CNN poll, one of them 48 points below what on the net approval rating. So what we're talking about here is the worst numbers ever in multiple polls now belong to the President of the United States, Donald Trump. It is a record, simply put, you do not want to have. The 5 worst polls ever. 5 worst polls ever. Joe Biden's not in there. Joe Biden's not in there. Jimmy Carter's not in there. All Donald Trump. All Donald Trump. The 5 worst ever belong to this gentleman on this side of the street. So to what extent are Americans, saying that it's because of Donald Trump that they're seeing these numbers, and how is that going to change over time?
Yeah, this is not surprising to anybody. And they go into exactly why Trump has had the worst polls America's ever seen in a president. Let's see why.
Yeah, the reason why the inflation numbers are so bad for Donald Trump in terms of net approval rate is because they are blaming Donald Trump for the high inflation. I mean, just look at this and compare it to term number 1. State Trump's effect on the cost of living now that he has increased it in their community. We're talking 77% of Americans say that Donald Trump has, in fact, increased the cost of living in their community. Promises made by Donald Trump in the minds of the American people are not promises kept by Donald Trump, because look back in 2024. Did Americans believe that he hurt them when it came to the cost of living in term number 1? Just 40% of Americans said that. He now has nearly double that, saying that, in fact, when it comes to the cost of living, that Donald Trump's policies have increased it in their communities. No wonder he has the 5 worst polls on inflation of all time when it comes to net approval rate, because the American people blame the President of the United States for, in fact, the increase in the cost of living.
We can't say that the Americans are blaming him, but we can say that they are correctly positioning their financial problems at the core person who created the situation for them. This is because blaming involves consideration that somebody isn't at fault at something. If Donald Trump is clearly at the helm of all of this, it is Donald Trump's fault. So if in Trump's words inflation isn't high, then why do almost 80% of Americans say that their community's prices for everything has gone up? That is what inflation is. And finally, Trump improves his own financial situation after admitting on camera he doesn't care about anybody else. And people are calling all around America saying Donald Trump has turned the presidential election into a money laundering scheme for himself. He has turned it into a money-making opportunity as we watch his son scam our own country to get millions of dollars. And as Trump increased his net worth by 3 times in only a year, let's take a look at this clip to see exactly why Trump appears to be on his way out come midterms.
In terms of Donald Trump, he's converted the presidency into a money-making operation. You can't even say that this is the exception where there's corruption. That is the rule for Donald Trump. The entire project of the Trump administration is to make him and his family as much money as possible. He's already made more than $1.5 billion being in office. I believe his net worth is now over $11.6 billion. We've never seen anything like this in the history of the United States. They wake up thinking about how they can convert the resources of the taxpayers into political slush funds for themselves, and how they can make themselves as much money as possible. So again, we've got to resurrect the real Constitution of the United States, which says in the Foreign Government Emoluments Clause that the president cannot accept a present, an emolument, which means a payment, an office, or a title of any kind whatever from a king, a prince, or a foreign state. And they violate that every single day. The Domestic Emoluments Clause says the president is limited to his salary in office and cannot take any other money from the federal government beyond that, which is why that $2 billion lawsuit against the IRS originally was completely fraudulent, and there is no way that that could have gone through.
When it comes to Donald Trump, we are not surprised at all. This is stuff people have been knowing for years now, that Donald Trump is only in it for himself and nobody else. He's shown us time and time again. He even said in his own words today that if it doesn't affect him, he simply doesn't care. But when it does affect him, he wants everybody else to care. And they should care more about their own self-interest about him than he does about them. That is not the mindset of a leader. That is the mindset of a parasite, a leech that will suck you dry until you have nothing left and then move on to the next person. And the second they need your help in crisis, they will come back running after they suck you dry already. This is the exact person that America is waking up to, and it's why we see MAGA leaving in the droves and nobody buying the agenda anymore. Because when a president tells you he does not care about your financial situation, he is telling you exactly who he is, what he represents, and what he stands for. And what that is self-grandiosity at the cost of everybody else and their resources. He wants to take their resources and put it to his resources and still ask you to support him. That is why America is turning their back on Donald Trump. And that is why MAGA is leaving. Because if Trump refuses to hold himself accountable, then the rest of America will. So with that being said, it is time for Donald Trump to resign. With MAGA calling for the 25th Amendment to get him removed and Democrats calling for Trump to get impeached, it is quite clear to the majority of Americans as a whole that that man is not in his right mind. Because someone who is in their right mind, even if they were scamming their own country, does not get on camera and willingly say, I do not care about your financial situation. Pay attention to my agenda and only my agenda. Trump has had time and time again to reverse everything he's done, and instead he continues forward. Now, innocent lives are being lost in wars started by Donald Trump seemingly over oil, and the people will not have it anymore. Furthermore, release the unredacted Epstein files, Donald Trump, and pay attention to the citizens of the country that you represent. Because right now, the people of America do not see a mirror when they look at Donald Trump. They see a fraud. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please make sure to have a wonderful day. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
Spring is finally here on the homestead, and with that comes a long list of things to get done. We've started working on getting the garden ready, outside projects are starting again, and
the right heroes could make all the difference.
This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman in Denver. Juan Gonzalez is in Chicago. Well, the late-night comedian Stephen Colbert signed off last night for the final time as host of The Late Show on CBS. Special guests on that final broadcast included Paul McCartney, who performed the Beatles' classic Hello, Goodbye, with help from Colbert and Elvis Costello and John Baptiste and others. Over the past 11 years, Stephen Colbert was one of the most vocal critics of President Trump on network TV. The show was canceled last July after he criticized CBS's parent company Paramount for agreeing to pay $16 million to settle a $20 billion lawsuit brought by President Trump. The settlement came as Paramount was seeking the Trump FCC, that's the Federal Communications approval, for a merger with Skydance. This is part of what Colbert said at the time.
Now, I believe this kind of complicated financial settlement with a sitting government official has a technical name in legal circles. It's big fat pride. Because this all comes as Paramount's owners are trying to get the Trump administration to approve the sale of our network to a new owner, Skydance.
The Trump administration approved the Paramount Skydance merger just a week after CBS announced Colbert's ouster. At the time, CBS Colbert was canceled for, quote, financial reasons, even though Colbert had been consistently the top-rated late-night host. Last year, Trump wrote online, I absolutely love that Colbert got fired, unquote. Early this morning at 1:52 a.m. Eastern, President Trump posted a message online again celebrating the end of Colbert's show, writing, quote, thank goodness he's finally gone, unquote. In March, the chair of the Federal Communications Commission, Brendan Carr, celebrated the cancellation of Colbert's show as part of a broader Trump-led campaign against the news media. This is Carr speaking at CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Conference.
President Trump took on the fake news media, and President Trump is winning. Look at the results so far. CBS defunded, NPR defunded, Joy Reid gone from MSNBC, Sleepy Eyes Chuck Todd gone, Jim Acosta gone, John Dickerson gone, Colbert is leaving, CBS is under new ownership, and soon enough CNN is going to have new ownership as well. So we're not...
This week, one of Stephen Colbert's final guests, Bruce Springsteen, directly criticized President Trump and the Ellison family. David and Larry Ellison, which now controls Paramount.
I'm here in support tonight of Stephen because he's the first guy in America who lost his show because he got a president who can't take a joke. And because Larry and David Ellison feel they need to kiss his to get what they want, so these are...
Leave them to Khonshu!
Small-minded people, we got no idea what the freedoms of consciousness.
So that was Bruce Springsteen this week, one of the final guests of Stephen Colbert. And right now, the Ellisons with Paramount Skydance are trying to merge in a more than $100 billion mega merger with Warner Brothers Discovery. Warner Brothers Discovery owns HBO, owns CNN, and of course Paramount owns CBS, so CNN, CBS, HBO would all be under the same roof. To talk more about the end of Stephen Colbert's show, Trump's threats to press and media consolidation, we're joined here in Denver by David Sirota, founder and editor-in-chief of The Lever. His recent book is titled Master Plan, The Hidden Plot to Legalize Corruption in America. David, how does this fit into your view of corruption in the United States? How does the final show of Colbert, though the most watched show on late night, being canceled and him being ousted, connect to these mega mergers that are consolidating the media?
Well, I think it's a data point in a number of data points. I mean, the Colbert tale that you just told, also there was a concurrent situation with Jimmy Kimmel and a merger about local TV stations, the Tegna Nexstar merger. Jimmy Kimmel had said something that apparently Brendan Carr and the Trump administration and the MAGA movement didn't like after the death of the murder of Charlie Kirk, and the television network faced pressure from Carr and others to essentially throw Jimmy Kimmel off the air. So I think we see this over and over again, where the Trump administration is weaponizing its power over mergers to try to get what it wants in the media space. And I think I wouldn't call that a new level of corruption. We saw the Nixon administration quite famously back in the day try to weaponize its merger approval process on behalf of its allies and its donors as well. But it is a resurrected tactic from the Nixon era that is a kind of corruption that's outside of, frankly, the traditional kinds of corruption that we've gotten used to. I mean, traditional corruption that we talk about in Master Plan and we document in Master Plan is about legalizing campaign contributions. This is actually weaponizing, as you mentioned, lawsuits where Trump is trying to extract money from various large corporations, using the merger approval process potentially as a tool to extract those settlements and extract financial remuneration to Donald Trump himself. And I think ultimately, as it affects the media situation, it creates a chilling effect, right? I mean, everybody who is currently working in media, certainly for big corporations that may have business before the Trump administration, everybody knows that they, in what they're doing, whether it's reporting or commentary or anything else, that they may get crosswise with Donald Trump, and the corporate boss may not like that because the corporate boss may have business with the Trump administration. So I think beyond just a sort of heavy-handed censorship problem, you have a potential self-censorship problem, and I think that's actually arguably the point from the Trump administration and people like Brendan Carr, to send a chilling effect message to the entire media and the entire political discourse.
And David, meanwhile, the 6 Democratic senators sent a letter to the chairman of the FCC, Brendan Carr, demanding that he conduct a rigorous and thorough review of Paramount's reliance on foreign wealth funds from Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates, to pay for almost $110 billion to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery. In the past, the federal government has really been strict about the limits of foreign ownership of investment in American media companies. What's happening here in terms of the foreign control regulations of the FCC?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question. There's reporting that says that the FCC may approve up to 49.5% ownership, or even ultimately up to 100% ownership, foreign ownership, of the new merged Paramount Warner Brothers corporation if the merger goes through. They're asking essentially the FCC to waive long-standing ownership laws. And to be clear, let's remember, Brendan Carr of the FCC wrote parts of the Project 2025 document, the document setting the agenda for Trump's second term, in which Carr said that he wanted to get rid of ownership tax. Now, obviously, this conflicts with the whole notion of America First that you hear Trump talking all about, where we are potentially going to have the largest or among the largest media conglomerates in the country.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Whoever they are, they don't look friendly. Sorry, you made this mess, Spectre.
If you're taking care of the baby, you know how time-consuming the whole routine. So I was going to be taking everything apart, scrubbing, rinse, dry, and then doing it all over again 2 hours later. Everything. I'm an engineer and a dad of 30. Last year, I tested a lot of the major bottle washers on the market, and Republic was the one that stood out to me. So, when they released an upgraded version this year that claims to be the first and only washer with a built-in water purification system, I was curious, taking a test to see if it actually makes a difference or if it's just a new feature. In this video, I'm going to run it through a full test. And if you're a parent trying to figure out how to choose a bottle washer in 2026, I'll walk you through the key things I think matter most. Now, let's start with the most important part, clean performance. This is the baseline. If you can't clean properly, nothing else really matters. If you look at how bottle washers have evolved, the main improvement has really been spray coverage. Early models used a single top-down spray, basically around a 90-degree coverage, so it was easy to miss certain spots. Then came the single rotating spray arm, bringing coverage close to 280 degrees. Overall, it improved coverage, but smaller parts in the upper rack, like nipples, would still be hard to clean. Now, 2026, the latest models, like the Republic, have moved to a dual rotating spray arm design. Structurally, that brings to a much closer 350-degree coverage, meaning more complete, thorough cleaning. So, does it actually make a difference in real-world use? Let's test it. Before I start, I want to look at the spots that usually give parents the most trouble. The threads, the narrow neck, the bottom corners, and especially little parts like nipples and bed pieces, or residue tends to get stuck. Those are also the hardest parts to clean well by hand. That's what I wanted to test here. I loaded the full set, 8 bottles, which is one of the more popular upgrades. And honestly, that's super useful in your life because it means you can load everything with your bed and have a full clean set ready the next day. For this test, I simulated different residue conditions. Some bottles had a light milk film from regular use. Some had a dry milk residue to stimulate comfortability. You had some with a texture residue around the rim. And clean, I also added a dye-coated rainbow bottle to check what it is.
Sons of bitches, I'm not talking about all you. It's just 99.9% of you motherfuckers. That's all you can. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Look here, welcome back in here where we get these straight no chase. Like I said, and I've been saying on stage, look, the white on white crime has to stop that. If you don't believe it, just check it out. Come on, nigga. They hate each other and they hate everybody else. You freak ass motherfuckers. Look at you. Look at what you're doing to yourselves. And not a one of them motherfuckers. your face. What is up with you white boys talking about? What's up, what nasty in the motherfucking ground? I just want to be so bad you can taste it, can't you? You can taste that dick getting longer. You can taste them white women chasing you for trying to get a contract in the NBA with your black ass. You can taste being able to dance on beat, can't you? You can taste being able to sing and motherfucking hit a note, goddammit. You can taste motherfucking creating anything out of the ether. You can taste that, can't you? But you can't do it, you motherfucker. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Welcome back to NN, where we give it to you straight, no chaser. Ronda Rousey had retired for 10 goddamn years. I think she had a couple of children, and she came back with a motherfucking bang. She submitted in 17 seconds. Check it out.
Out and pull out, ground and ground. Rousey looking for the arm. And already the arm. That's over. Mia. It was tough and incredible. The most devastating finish in MMA history. And Ronda Rousey just took another arm hostage.
Thank God it was on Netflix, because if I had to pay go buy a ticket for 17 seconds, that's like old Mike Tyson fights. Mike would knock a motherfucker out in 3 seconds. You done got dressed, motherfucker went down to the venue, motherfucker shaking hands, taking pictures with motherfucker face over before you blink. I turned around, that motherfucker already on the ground. I missed the shit. We'll be right back. Congratulations, Ronda Rousey. President Trump has got a nose sucker on his team, Mark Cuban. Of course, they all billionaires, so they all gonna roll together. You thought it was a difference because he endorsed Kamala Harris, and now he's with Trump. They don't give a fuck. It's all a game to them. Heads and tails, still a quarter. Democrat and Republican. Check it out.
It's pretty remarkable seeing you and Mark Cuban up there, and the fact that obviously Mark endorsed Kamala Harris back in 2021.
Well, he made a mistake. It was a big mistake.
What does this say about what you two are building here?
Well, it says we love people, we love our country. He's got a good company, and he's going to do a lot of business with this. And I'm going to get drugs out through Amazon, through
Mr. President. I think other than you, I've been the biggest proponent of TrumpRx.com. And the reason for that is Republicans want cheaper drugs, independents want cheaper drugs, Democrats want cheaper drugs, and together, I think we're going to do something special. What makes Cost Plus Drugs different is that when you click through TrumpRx to our site, not only will you see a great price, but you'll see our actual costs, and that we only mark it up 15%. What makes this incredible, Mr. President, all the volume and all the people that are going to come from the site, as our volumes go up, our costs go down, which means we'll be ended up charging less to people over a period of time.
My brother said it's all about the money. Because it is. They don't give a. They cutting deals. Yeah, Trump RX is what they teaming up to do, to give cheap drugs to old, dead, dying motherfuckers that they chemically poison with the goddamn spray they shooting over the motherfucking sky with these chemtrails, and it's not goddamn food. But all of a sudden, they just scared of these cheap motherfuckers. And he's gonna sell it through Amazon. I'm sure Jeff Bezos cutting deal with 3 of them motherfuckers. It's all fucking bullshit. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Trump RX, this motherfucker is ignorant son of a bitch. Now he's the Iceman. Iceman. He stole Drake's song, and now he's the Iceman, and he's showing videos of Ice just abducting people, because he's the Iceman. Yeah, it's befitting. Both of you motherfuckers is part white. So, yeah, Iceman. Both of you sons of bitches. But you still can't with Kendrick. Could you? Michael Jackson outselling you, by the way, Drake. A dead motherfucker outselling everybody alive. All you motherfuckers should be ashamed. Also in Drake news, I haven't heard the album because I refuse to buy garbage, but the Ice Melting Man said they have a song clowning LeBron James. because LeBron James took a picture on the sidelines with Kendrick Lamar after he took a picture with Drake. You're so sensitive, you high yellow bitch. He took a picture with your enemy. I didn't know y'all were dating. That sounds like a bitch to me, nigga. Why you gonna take a picture with him? You sensitive ass mother. Oh, ass. Look here. It's over, Drake. It's over. Take your owl ass and travel in the dark. Quiet. The owls, they move quiet. You too loud. Yes, Johnny ass mother. Turn your head around backwards and prove it. Welcome back to Enemy of Guilty Straight No Chaser. There's some good news out there, people. All of it ain't bad. Georgia held this prom for these blind children. It's the most beautiful, touching thing I've ever seen, man. I had tears in my heart, man. Tears of joy, by the way. Check it out. Enjoy. Hey, man. You've been dancing with your girl all night. You know what? See, if a blind person can see it don't take money to be happy, how come the rest of us can't? We'll be right back after this commercial break.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
A picture in the ass, you know that's yours. I've been doing it, Mama. I've been going it. I've been in it. So last time I went in the studio, I came in with the corn on me.
Maybe not.
Mama, when I came up with this one.
I'm not convinced.
Yeah. They eat all that corn down there. I come up, I bump the ball down there.
So you see my brother ain't been screwed in a long time.
No, he can do it. That boy there. No, him.
No, you.
Let him do it, Mama.
Everybody's gonna be you. Mama. I see you money,
Of course, it's Mama. You can't handle that. You can't handle that shit.
Take me scout. You see y'all play.
Man, how you gonna say me out?
Because I'll put to it.
Somebody come and get that old freaky ass grandma. Her horn days is long behind her. That's a tattoo above it. R.I.P. Rest in peace. That's too bad. Stevie, look at that. Look at that. That's why she want to get this ass. You know that everybody had it here and her record. And she's still trying to sell them old goods. That mouth might be the best option. Pull them teeth out and just gum it, gone down. Gum it. Other than that, I don't know whose grandmom that is, but please, get her. She's embarrassing the whole family. Just get it. We'll be right back after this commercial break. That's one old creepy old hoe, too. Racism just keeps on ticking. Some white artist, I guarantee you this Caucasian, put a middle finger statue in front of Mondami, the mayor of New York, because he's finding law that ICE ain't allowed to go into school, snatch little children out of classes just because you think they might be illegal. I'll talk to you about that. Mondami, you got applause from this black man here. Hey, give them a finger when you do your next interview. Whoever gave that statue months out there applied that, you too. How about that? He tired of this buzz. About to beat some asses. We'll be right back after this commercial. Drake keeps losing and Mike keeps winning. Over 7,000 Japanese fans got together for a flash thriller dance. Check it out.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
See, when you're vibrating on a high level in the ninth mother dimension, your energy lasts forever. That brother was a angel in the flesh. Y'all just don't know, but it's too late now because she killed the mother. But his memory will outlast every last one of you mother that had something to do with his death. And you know because he told me who she was. His son, of bitches. Love, outlast hatred, don't
They handle my legal stuff, so I can handle my pussy.
But why? There's so many smart influencers who get advice.
Still the coolest
You need an
show in any reality.
Coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
Welcome back to Any Name.
I haven't seen that tech before.
And I think this next brother I'm about to show y'all, put a beauty.
Check the logo.
Check it out. Big platform in the world, man. The word of the day is free. As we know, they just hung a young man who was 21 from a tree in Marietta. And Cobb County ain't telling nobody. They ain't putting it on the news. They ain't doing nothing about it. I mean, how many times we gonna let those people hang up from the tree? That's over with, y'all. You know, we standing on business, man. So all y'all rappers talking about killing your own brother, you don't want to hear that shit. And you ain't talking about killing the KKK. And you ain't talking about killing the people who kidnapping these children. And you ain't talking about killing the people who sex trafficking these children. Don't talk. We don't want to hear your music. Yeah. So if you got another rap song about killing them, about a hoe and ass, about big booty and all the money and gold you ain't got, yeah, we need supplies and positivity on. Because if you doing that, because if you talking about killing, you're not talking about killing, they just hung the brother from a tree. The brother talking about hungry. Ain't nobody buying your food. Yeah, that's you, Drake. Ain't nobody buying that food. Where you ain't that? That's just commercial break.
You know what to do, spiders?
Don't ever forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to check me out on Radio Plus. I will be at Brickstown Comedy Club in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. This Friday. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. Friday shows are damn near already sold out. I think the first one is. Saturday is a few tickets left. You better cop those tickets now because it's going to be all count. And y'all know what I'm about to do. Racism just keeps rolling on. 3 Islamic brothers and sisters were shot at the mosque. At the mosque in San Diego earlier today.
So for those the time that there are 3 adult males, those young victims of this. To the extent our serious adults, family, friends, this tragic. There were 2 subjects, both teenagers, and both are confirmed. I want to thank our local law enforcement partners to save the additional loss of life.
Now, hold on. They say there was 2 teams, and those 2 teams were found in the car with self-inflicted gun wounds. I'm calling bullshit on that. I think it was Mossad trying to start them up straight for us because it's in their interest to keep us fighting against each other. So I think it was Mossad, and they set them 2 little boys up. They probably in the car sitting at the mall, they're ready to go in. They shot them motherfuckers in the head, planted guns on them, said they did it themselves. Oh, they did. The FBI. The FBI is one of the and you know what the FBI stands for? Black individuals. Or if you don't like black individuals, baby Irish. If you're not even that. Look at like that. Sony just raised the prices on the PlayStation subscription, and you don't have that to say about the kids. Now, they raised it by $1 because inflation affects them, not us. Ain't nobody in this goddamn country got a raise in 20 years, but subscriptions just keep on going up. Oh, you corporate mother. I mean that. Well, there's a special place in hell for all you fucking. Christian Scott drills his former Florida Gators college teammate.
And drills his former college teammate. You just win knocked out. Clear the ribcage.
That's why they form a teammates. They don't like each other. No news here. They call on every black athlete to drop out, declassify themselves from the Southern SEC, sporting, anything. All the sports must boycott that. So you can just buy a ticket to the SEC. Any game that has them up down there that is gerrymandering and canceling our vote. And come on. And every motherfucking pro athlete should stop playing right now. Take your money and run. I swear to God. Come on. The NBA, NFL, all you motherfuckers getting dropped the scout. No more playoffs. No preseason NFL. Let all them white boys play. See how many motherfuckers watch this slow mother. Hey, take your money, start your own league. Now, a few of you motherfuckers don't get killed. But you gotta sacrifice in order to win. But I know you scary ass ain't gonna do. Yeah, keep dribbling and catching. Ain't that what them white people told y'all to do? Yeah, shut up and dribble. Remember that? That's what y'all doing. Shutting up and dribbling. Right? The vote has been dismissed. Now you know your vote didn't count to begin with. So they can switch up anytime they got good and ready. They just switched up. How you think you're going to affect this if you get not creative? So, time to opt out, baby. We can do research. Find out your business mother right here in the United States. 90% of us get knocked up now because we all start carrying the cars. Most of these the cities are stolen. Saying that it was built by them. Check the architect. You see big old noses and lips on. Why don't you go back guys if you don't like it here? Once take your ass back to Europe. Oh, they don't want you. Germany don't even want you, motherfuckers. Stay in the church, 99. France don't even want you. That's why we England don't want you, motherfuckers. Nobody wants white, racist ass Americans. That's why they threw your ass out and ran y'all in. Y'all some retarded sons of bitches. Don't y'all know y'all the lords of the road, the totem pole when it comes to white people? The white peoples over there didn't like you, motherfuckers. That's why they put you on boats and shoot you over here. What the? You can't go back home, motherfucker. They don't want you. We'll be right back. Jelly sandwich eat, mother. You know she was having trouble with pictures?
In the cuffing season, and I'm being subtle about it. We got the custom bracelet, a low-key custom phone case, the wallet, this beautiful coat, and the cap. And what the?
What's eat, mother? You know she was having trouble with pictures?
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Welcome back to NNN, where we give it to you straight, no chasing. They told you that culture was just religious labor. No, it's not. Jews are eating better than anybody else. Check the labor. Check it out. If you see a U, a K, that means you can eat it. When they get a beef hot dog, it's 100% pure beef. No additives, none of this cartridges, none of this chemicals and shit they put it on. Chicken that they get is real chicken. Untampered with. Free range and chicken. Read the pack. Now you know. We'll be right back. Read it. It's fundamental. Fundamental. Think. It ain't illegal yet, but they working on it, mother. Hey, you ain't gonna be able to say to them mother. To Tennessee, lawmakers were physically escorted out of chambers this week while Republicans quietly held hearings to approve the gerrymandering map that would eliminate the state's only majority black congressional district. When y'all can't win, you change the rules. When you can't win, you change the rules. Y'all about as racist as the owner of the Chicago Bulls. Nobody can beat them mother. 6 goddamn mother championships. But you broke the team up rather than let somebody beat them. Randy Johnson had the ability to keep playing till his ass got beat. Larry Bird got the ability to play till he got beat. Michael Jordan got the ability to play until y'all just got tired of seeing this win. So if you can't beat them, you change the rules. Same in sports, same in life. Gary Mansion, Gary Girls, Jerry Jones. I told the Senate, stop wearing Jerry Girls. They put chemicals in it, stink in your head, turn you to a stupid ass shoot another for no reason. Really Ray say, no he won't. Big size, brother, big ass. It's gonna be, I ain't worried about them, they always soft. Soft. Nobody wants soft. Everybody wants the Graham. Terry Jones, Jim Jones, me and Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones, go, when, it must do something wrong. Cause it must be wrong. It's so now. Also in sports, LeBron James and my Lakers were swept. But I have not been a Lakers fan since LeBron's ass stepped on the court wearing the mother gold purple. But I'm from the future. I'm about to predict that LeBron James is leaving the Lakers, going back to Cleveland, where his ass is going to reside at home, which he needs to. And he thinks he's going to win a championship because they just made it to the place. No. You're a loser. Everywhere you go, you cause losses, mother. So get ready for that new deal. And LA, get ready to have the #1 fan back. All the mother. Hey, LeBron James. Yeah. No, he did it. And this week's TNA's moment, this nigga here. Get some of that chili sauce. That's fancy chili. Baby butter. Anyway, both of them motherfuckers like drinking grits. This nigga just like doing it at a restaurant. Till next time. This motherfucker. Yeah.
Shields are more.
Get that vehicle moving again!
Angry little squids? Gotta be a Namor thing. Stand down! Again!
It's spider time! You got my back? I've got yours.
StrikeTeam.com. That's the game stores. They win a deck from the best selection of cards, the best prices, thousands of local game stores wherever you are. StrikeTeam.com.
Another epic victory! Big win!
Boy, this Chud the Builder situation continues to get more and more interesting. Guys, so Chud the Builder recently received some incredibly bad news. They had the bond hearing, the official bond hearing, where the judge set the official bond and gave Chud some restrictions, right? Set some parameters for Chud to observe should he manage to make bond, right? So here, let's take a listen to the actual statements made by the judge.
To have a gag order for the defendant should he make bond. I guess even while he's in the jail and has his bypass or whatever, but he's been out of
here is the DA who's prosecuting this case, prosecuting Chud. He is requesting a gag order, which means that Chud will not be able to speak about this case in any capacity, especially on social media.
Post on anything that indirectly or directly encompasses these offenses. That's a $1 million bond. In the following conditions: no weapons, there'll be a gag order from the third legal object about that from
Yeah, so there you have it. So $1 million bond, so he has to come up with $100,000. He's not allowed to talk about the case. He is not allowed to have any weapons, and he must wear an ankle monitor. You know, it's incredible. Chud the Builder is now everything that he has constantly accused black people of being. He is now a man incarcerated, and if he is to even temporarily attain some freedom, he has to walk around with an ankle monitor. Very funny. You know, there was a video that went viral where Chud the Builder was laughing at a black man who had an ankle monitor on, and now look at you. Look at you. How the tables have turned. But then it gets even worse. For old Chuddy boy right here, man. Check this out. This is coming to us from KickChamp. Chud the Builder is blocked from using GiveSend funds towards his $1.25 billion bond. I haven't seen this information coming from any official sources, but a lot of people are saying that this is the case. Academics, he has also reported upon this. Here's another statement coming from Fair Buck saying the same thing. And so here, it would appear as if all this money that Chud has accumulated, even if he were to get access to it, which I think he still does not have access to anyway, but even if he were to gain access to it, well then he still wouldn't be able to use it to free himself. Now, the reason why this is happening, apparently, at least according to KickChamp, Tennessee law requires a source hearing for bonds of $75,000 or more to verify the funds come from legitimate sources before bond can be posted, which is standard and constitutional. The GiveSend funds are temporarily blocked pending review, meaning Chud remains in custody unless the funds are approved or bond is posted through other means.
Large trucks and buses need room. When they don't have room, crashes happen. The bigger the vehicle, the bigger the blind spot. Don't hang out in the no zones, because simple actions and more room save lives.
So this is terrible for Chud, and great for us. Great for us. Now, you know, something I see a lot, a sentiment I'm seeing a lot online are white supremacists believing that black people are incredibly emotionally invested in this situation. This is incorrect. Black people certainly are paying attention because it is very much humorous, funny, and we all believe that Chud deserves to face some sort of consequence. But it is the white supremacist who is in a tizzy about this situation. They are in a fucking panic, bro, which is exactly why Chud has been able to raise so much money. You see, white identity has been activated, not just by this situation, but in general in our current culture, because the white population, it is being reduced in size. They are quickly becoming a minority. Their birth rates are crashing. They are losing political power. They still hold the grand majority of the wealth and political power by a long shot in this country. The 90%, 98% of the top 1% of this country are white men. And so these things are still in place, but it is diminishing. And this frightens them. And so why this Dalton case, this Chud the Builder case, has activated their fear response so much is because they are accustomed to getting away with being violent. They are accustomed to getting away with being racist against black people. And here we have a situation where a white man seems to be, the justice system is trying to hold him accountable, and so they're freaking out. And it seems that word getting around that Chud cannot access this money has considerably slowed down the amount of donations that he is getting. And so in the last 24 hours, he has only received an additional 66 donations. Meanwhile, my video addressing this topic, my video alone has almost 100,000 views. And so certainly hundreds of thousands of people are tapped into this situation, are hearing about this situation. Many of them are white. And of all of those people, only 66 people felt motivated to donate any money. And so it looks like it's going to be slowing down significantly. Now, this, of course, is very humorous to us, but this roller coaster of a situation continues to unfold because it appears as if someone has, in fact, stepped forward to pay Chud's bail. So apparently a crypto-based online casino has come forward and is willing to pay Chud's bail. Check this out. Dual Crypto, the company that has allegedly agreed to pay Chud the Builder's $1 million bond, so that would be $100,000, is facing backlash after their broadcaster went live portraying the San Diego mosque shooter. The host can be seen dancing in glee as he holds an assault rifle to promote gambling. And so we have essentially a white supremacist gambling company, online gambling company. Man, it's like every day there's another streaming site that is based on gambling popping up. I mean, that just goes to show you where we are as a society in regards to our economy, where people are coming to the conclusion that they are better off gambling as a way of hopefully trying to become financially independent or financially free than they would be going to school, getting a trade, getting a job, starting a business. Truly, this is a manifestation of late stage capitalism, and especially a manifestation of the Trump economy, the Trump administration. White men are suffering in a way they have never suffered before, and so a lot of them are turning to these white supremacist coded things. And so, okay, here we go. This is the guy, he's cosplaying as a white supremacist who went and shot up a mosque. These are the guys that are bailing out Chud the Builder. Now, the CEO of this crypto casino, this online crypto casino, he goes by the name of Aussie Katola, I think. Man, I mean, this guy just looks like a Nazi, bro. Ain't that crazy? He just got that. This is what Hitler really wanted. This is the picture of what he was going for, huh? And here is him, of course, dressing up as Adolf Hitler. These guys, they truly are mentally ill. Something is wrong with these people, man. Supposedly, he's a billionaire. I'm highly skeptical of that, but hey, supposedly he's a billionaire. He's definitely got money if he's willing to bail out Chud the Builder for $100,000. Who knows what that deal will entail. But in other good news related to this Chud the Builder case, Jake Lang was arrested and thrown into jail alongside Chud the Builder for chimping out in court.
From the internet provider that stands out for speed. Now, even our name is faster. G-Fiber. New name, same team, and same extraordinary...
Right. It looks like he couldn't control himself. His impulse control is so atrocious that he couldn't help but be thrown in jail because he couldn't control himself while Chud the Builder was going through his legal processes. Check this out.
All right, the record. Let's see if he's down the courtroom with Chief Justice. All right, take it, Justin.
See, he kept talking. He kept making outbursts because he can't control himself. He's like a child. And so he was being thrown out of court. But again, because of his white privilege, and turns out apparently he's Hispanic, at least that's what he says on his intake forms after he was arrested. Because he can't control himself, as he's walking out, he says two-tier justice. And so the judge holds him in contempt of court. Check this out.
So, sir, you got the speech roll today and decided that you wanted one for whatever reason. They're why. But
See, that's the thing with these white supremacists. They like to talk about law and order. They actually don't have any respect for law or order. They're incredibly out of control, have terrible impulse control, incredibly violent and unintelligent. What it is that they like is wielding power and authority over the other. For them, of course, the other is anything or anyone that is not a straight white male, be it a white woman, be it people of other races and ethnicities, and anyone who does not claim to worship Jesus Christ. These people, that's what they actually mean when they say they want law and order. They want the ability to oppress and control these other people. But when they are expected to actually control themselves and submit to authority, they have a hard time doing so.
However, anybody on that side of the bar, does that have a...
Also, that's kind of gross. I ain't gonna lie. Of course, we're not fans of Chud the Builder here, but doesn't this kind of giving like vibes of a guy that's trying to steal another guy's moment? By the way, this Jake Lang guy's like, no one's talking about me anymore. The last time I went viral, it was incredibly embarrassing. Right, I was getting manhandled by a crowd of people. I'll show you that clip in a second. It kind of feels like he's trying to leech off of Chud the Builder a little bit here. He's like, he wants a little bit of publicity himself, right? So here's the last time we heard about Jake Lang. This is the last time he went viral. Anti-Islam protest organizer was dragged into the crowd, tightly packed, struck multiple times during clashes in downtown Minneapolis. Here he is being held up against the wall. Of course, there is a sickening, repulsive, embarrassing, shameful, humiliating black raccoon here trying to protect him. What is wrong with you people? There is no one I despise more than a raccoon. I so much prefer a white supremacist to a raccoon. I really do. Like, the white supremacist, he is my enemy. But the raccoon makes me nauseous, actually. This what I am observing right now, actually induces true physical nausea within me. This is a black man trying to protect Here we can see more footage of the black man trying to escort him under the guise of Christianity, and this is what Jesus would want. Truly makes me want to throw up. Look at him. So he gets thrown into jail, right? And look at this, and this will close on this. This, again, we speak about how statistics are manipulated in the criminal justice system to make white people seem more innocent and make black people seem more villainous, and people of color in general. We speak about how they do that all the time. Here is a perfect real-time example of how exactly they do this. And so here, he is booked, right? He is incarcerated, put in jail. Look at the ethnicity that he identifies as Hispanic, right? Now, when the data at the end of the day is being tallied and they want to say, per capita, how many people are in the jail? You see shit like this. Shit like this. They identify as Hispanic, not white. And so what does that do? It decreases the numbers for the whites and it increases the numbers for the Hispanics. How many of those Hispanic numbers in the charts that we look at to look at arrest data, how many of them are actually white men? I'm sure quite a significant amount, I would bet. So that's all I have for you guys, man. Y'all let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and until next time, peace out.
No, not now. Yeah, dude, that doesn't look good. I know what to do.
Straight from the set. And another one. Next.
This is why I blame the parents, especially with these young celebrity stars. And they parents try to live through their child's life and just let them go do whatever. Take Usher for an example. Justin Bieber. This is why I blame the parents. All Drake had to do was give you an Escalade or a present or something like that. And you let him this close, bro? This is why I blame the parents, bro. This is why Kendrick came out saying, hey, Kyrie, keep the family away. Hey, Lee Brian, keep the family away. Nah, man, you keep your Escalade, bro.
Who are you coming from, the jet?
Oh
my God.
Hit him in the closet.
Hey, open the closet. Man, don't every time.
You don't talk to nobody about it.
You're behind us, so go ahead and talk it yourself.
Well, you're so let me know you're not holding.
So, you said you had to do something quick, right? Okay. You're not going to This is your first time doing this or something? Alright, go ahead, drop your drawers. You want to start off the head?
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Take my shoes off.
Go ahead, if you're so comfortable. Let me grab a towel, okay? Take a seat.
Oh, see, Reggie. There you go.
No, do you want to like on my face or something?
Kendrick, summer is here and you've got places to go.
She's headed to a golf tournament.
This one's headed to the beach. Odds is being exposed.
I'm just trying to okay, take a seat.
Oh, see, there you go.
No, do you want to like on my face or something? Like, no.
All the bots is being exposed. All of them are being exposed for being paid off just to hate Kendrick, because in this clip right here, you're going to see that they rock with Kendrick. They really secret Kendrick fans. Watch this, y'all.
Name a good GNX song always. Last album, name one song that got
Busted. Just like academics. Busted. Busted.
I didn't see shit. Y'all didn't see this.
Oh no, we seen it.
You embarrassed me, man. For all the people, like I was soft, man. Treat me like I was funny.
I bet y'all know what movie that is. If you know what movie that is, put it in the comment section. Put it in the comment section, man. What movie that is?
Chris, I tell you, when you been hanging around all these, they talking in their faces the whole time, and they ain't tell you shit. Your shit foul, man. Whatever tooth you need to go get pulled, don't do that, gang. I got a doctor.
Gotcha.
You don't do it for free for me. I'ma just post some promotional shit. I got you.
Appreciate it, bro.
Nah, but your shit crazy, bro. I'm dead serious, bro. That's good. Hey, put this in your mouth.
Hey, you following me, bro?
I don't want to drink the rest of this shit.
Here.
You need this?
I'm gonna take it.
Please, bro.
Drink that shit. What is that? I don't know what it is.
Hey, nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm alcohol.
Bruh. Dude, that's one of the fresh and fit guys. You got all that money. You got your Porsche, you got your Ferrari and nothing, but you can't get your mouth right. You got Adrian Brody like, yo, hey, look. Yo, y'all see how Adrian Brody was looking at him? He was trying to lose eye contact. He was following him like, nah. Yo, breath, gang.
They talking in their face the whole time. They ain't tell you shit. Your shit foul, man.
Your shit foul, man. This is something that a lot of us been thinking. Check this out.
I'm gonna tell you what I think, Mark. I think this is the FBI psych op. I think this is an experiment by the U.S. government to see how black people will react to overtly violent white racists patrolling our community. I think this is part of a larger experiment and social agenda that is preparing for a possible martial law or social unrest or civil war to come. Black people need to follow this Chud the Builder case. I'm wondering, Art, if he is a veteran. Do you know if he's a veteran or not? Most of these crazy, quote-unquote crazy, tend to be ex-military cutouts. Do you know if that's the case with him?
Nah, for what I know, you never been.
Okay.
Now he's an expert. What? Just to prove to him, y'all stay tuned. What I'm about to read next is going to shock you.
Even if he's not, that don't mean he's not an MK Ultra though. Most of the MK Ultra CIA psych op test dummies are ex-military cutouts, but they don't have to be. But I'm having a hard time believing he's just doing this unless he's mentally ill. He could be mentally ill, right? But I'm going to follow his case. I think there's more to this Chud the Builder story than we realize. Much more.
And I'm going to tell y'all something. It's something very psychological. Growing up, when you just see white people in the commercials, when you just see white kids getting all the toys from Toys R Us on these commercials, on TV, you just constantly see them. You see them. You see an actor with smiles on their face. And when you grow up, you believe when you see people like Chud the Builder with a smile on his face, you like, oh, this is the same guy on the commercial that I used to watch growing up. These the same guy from Three Ninjas in the movie. This is the same guy from Justin Checks In. This is the Richie Rich guy. This is the same guy. And this is a psychological thing. This is why when they come with they smile, a lot of us, we just accept it. We just accept it because it's psychological. Remember, a great portion of us had white teachers growing up. So this is the thing. We didn't grow up watching our own people on TV. We didn't grow up getting taught by our own people. I'm talking about a great portion of us. Not talking about the people who was. You know what I'm saying? But I want y'all to look at his face now. Look at the facial expression. This is what you need to see when you see people like Chud the Builder out there smiling. This is the face that you need to see. This is the face that I see. And it takes a lot of reconditioning. But watch this, y'all. Listen to this.
Were you recently injured in a car accident? If so, you need to stop now and immediately call an experienced auto accident attorney. Look at this check for $237,000. This settlement and many others like it were payments our team of legal experts obtained for our clients. If you have not been in an auto accident, feel free to skip this video. You don't want to waste your time. But for those of you still watching, I'm going to share the best way for you to achieve the maximum settlement. The right attorney can help you get top compensation for your vehicle or property damage, medical bills, lost income, and pain and suffering. To obtain the most compensation for your car accident, you need to know the accident was not your fault, if you were injured, and if the accident happened within the last 2 years. If this matches your circumstances and you have not spoken with an attorney, you need to call us now. Do not speak to insurance companies or the other party without legal guidance. Saying the wrong thing can absolutely destroy your case and reduce or even eliminate your settlement amount. Don't wait to contact us. The longer you wait, the less severe your case may appear. Eventually, the time to make a claim will vanish. You need to call us to get working on your case as soon as possible. Unfortunately, we've seen too many car accident victims attempt to settle cases on their own without the help of an experienced attorney. With no threat of a lawsuit or litigation, insurance companies make lowball offers and pretend like it's the best they can do. Do not make this mistake. You need the help from experienced attorneys at Find Legal to navigate the complexities of insurance law on your behalf. State your sense, and how much will a personal injury attorney cost? isn't a good question and the one everyone asks. Experienced personal injury attorneys work on what's called a contingency basis, meaning there's no payment up front. Our attorneys only receive compensation when they win your case for you. There are zero out-of-pocket costs. Our legal teams work for free until your case is won. To make things even easier, you can contact us any day of the week, any time of day. Here's a recent example of a settlement we received for our client Kevin. He was rear-ended by a semi-truck that was following too closely on his way to work. After the accident, Kevin, like many of our clients, didn't feel severe pain until several days later. He began to feel discomfort in his neck and lower back, as well as aches from the seatbelt and airbag deployment. He was unable to work, needed a new car, needed compensation for lost income, and a substantial amount set aside for future potential lifelong treatment for his injuries. The opposing party's insurance plus the Kevin accepts a $10,000 offer, as that was his car's value. However, they made no offer to remedy his injuries or the future pain and suffering he would experience. The settlement we obtained for Kevin after he became a client was $450,000. We can help you put your life back together after an accident. Find legal attorneys, fight to get you the maximum compensation for your accident. Historical data has shown that auto accident victims that work with an attorney receive 3.5 times more in compensation than those without an attorney. A quick call with our legal intake team will get you talking with an attorney that specializes in auto accident cases. We're available 24/7, 365 days a year. Connect with us to have your legal questions answered and find out what your case is worth. When you've been in a car accident that wasn't your fault, you won't be suing the other person directly. You'll be going after their insurance company. The opposing party's insurance has their own legal team whose sole purpose is to minimize the amount they will pay out for your accident. Without a legal professional working by your side, you'll be going up against legal insurance teams that have decades of experience settling cases for next to nothing.
That doesn't count.
Courthouse shooter Chud the Builder had body armor, rifle, shotgun, and a ticket to Istanbul before shooting man outside court. He had his bond reduced to $1 million after detectives found body armor, multiple firearms, ammunition, and an airline ticket to Istanbul in his possession following a shooting outside a Tennessee courthouse. Why you need all of that? Remember what Dr. Umar Johnson just said. Why do you need to buy? Why you need all of that? He was planning something else. He was planning something else. That's why this is the face you need to see right here. This that face you need to see. And don't be surprised if they let him out. Don't be surprised. Not be surprised. This clip had me laughing so hard. But watch it.
0-2-0. Time to switch things up, including which side you're on. The right heroes could make all the difference.
He gone. He out of it. He out of it.
Began. I hope I make him proud.
Just took off. He out of it. Now the cop about to go chase him. Watch this. Check it out. He took off. He took off. Watch this, y'all. He took off.
Pretty sure I'm still the coolest spider hero in reality.
Just to get right back in line. Just to get right back.
We'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
He took off, went around the building just to get right back in the drive-thru, bro. Stop!
We set the standard on silver blood. We've never been the one to control the destiny of things that we get. And so going forward, I believe that we are in the time of change. One of the openings again. The whole thoughts, even music, from my perspective, is dead. You continue to perpetuate those things.
but there's no life in the streets. There's no seeds without it. Because the world is tough.
Ready for another go, Spider?
When I downloaded my first game at G5, it kind of blew my mind. It was the fastest connection.
As an editor, it's just seamless editing.
I was like a kid in the candy store, man. They're great. And that was exciting. I was like, wow, they really put their money where their mouth is.
I'm counting on you, friends.
Hey, did you know you might get a big cash payout if you were in a car accident up to 1 year ago, even if you weren't driving? Just click the link around this video to see how much you can get. Just answer 5 simple questions, and it only takes 30 seconds. If you got hurt by a driver from last year, you might be owed money without even knowing. You could get a check just like this, maybe even more. Click the link now to find out. Tens of thousands of people have received a 5-figure or even a 6-figure check without going to court, paying big legal fees, or dealing with insurance companies, or greedy attorneys. Even if you were a pedestrian, rideshare user, cyclist, or a motorcyclist, you can get the justice you deserve. Look at Mia, for example. She had no idea her case was worth anything, but after she paid to car accident counsel, she got over $160,000 from an accident that happened a little less than a year ago, no matter what you thought before. For those who don't know who that is DOC. But what he's elaborated on is that he said we set the standards. We always been the leaders of the world. We are the lead. He said in the country, in the United States, I say the whole world. Everybody want to be us, but they don't want to be us. Meaning they don't want the negativity that comes with it, as far as people demonizing us and all of that. But as far as our style, how we behave, how we do it, how we execute stuff, that's what they want. As far as, look at LeBron James, look at Michael Jordan, look at Tiger Woods, look at Venus, Serena Williams. We dominate certain aspects of everything. You know what I'm saying? It's in our physical. That's how God made us. Look at all the things that our people invented. They want to be that. You know what I mean? But the way the world is going now, the people who have been capitalizing off of us throughout all of these years, it's no longer working for them. Because it's like, how much money could you make? Like, you already got the billions and the trillions. Like, where are you going? You know what I mean? This is why the world is waking up. The earth is waking up. You know what I mean? Let's get back to what it really is, which is family, valuing each other, your spirit, getting your health together. You know what I mean? This is the end goal. And this is why people be like, y'all still talking about that trick? It's a large picture. Don't be another lost ninja. It's the larger picture. The things that academics and all of them represent, they represent that they're trying to level up to something that they already got. You know what I mean? Like, we need to get back to who we really are. You know what I mean? And valuing relationships, getting off these phones and actually going out and touching grass and stuff like that. But them, on the other hand, no. They're trying to level up, capitalizing off of us. You know what I mean? So what you see, what you hear as just a song, it's just a song. What you see is just, there's just 3 albums, y'all just hating on it. No, they're promoting something way different, y'all. They're promoting something that is a large picture. But I'm telling you, you're not being left behind. And this is the reason why we keep our foot on the next exposing these people. That was trap thinking. And what y'all about to hear now, that academics take, hey yo, check this out. I started to do all that academics. So it was like, I think I used to coffee for them, like, yeah, right, that's like once you want to do it, they say 2,000-3,000. It was like, I did a lot of the research that I do. Some things that I've seen, I feel like the lady is I'm trying to do all. And honestly, I don't think he was just trying to expose academics. I think he was just being real. You can see his facial expression. He was truly being genuine about what he was saying. But this says DJ Academics exposed for taking money from artists to post their music. As I've always told you, when you see 95% of artists on Spotify playlists or getting talked about by DJ Act or Say Cheese, etc., even Breakfast Club with labels, it's all payola, not talented. But I will say he is talented. He's talented. I've been bopping to that song right there. That joint fire. That joint is fire. Blueface posted on Twitter, they not even changing the font or pictures anymore. Just word for word. They just copy and paste the propaganda. So it says, Kendrick Lamar reportedly lost and trashed the studio equipment worth thousands of dollars, all because the Future was on Drake's Iceman. This one says the same thing. Kendrick Lamar reportedly lost it and trashed studio equipment worth thousands of dollars, learning that Future was on Drake. And this is poetic plotting. This is poetic plotting. This is why I be getting on him sometimes. Poetic